Right.
No, we can't have new injuries. You've got to tell someone else about that.
Hello and welcome back to Mafia Monday. My name is Ollie Johnson and I'm joined as ever by Murasaki's Pit. How you doing, Mura?
I'm doing okay. Oh yeah, I've had an idea, by the way, speaking of. You said you were worried about once we're done with Yakuza, what do we call this?
Yeah?
What do we call it? Franchise Marathon Monday.
Marathon Monday. I mean, that's more indicative of the whole channel, although we could do that if all else...
I'm just saying, I was thinking about it last night before I went to bed. I'd been drinking a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I necked an entire bottle or something.
What were you drinking?
I don't know. I had one of those bottles of Acai.
Ah, nice.
I necked that.
It's good beer, that.
Well, it was a Sunday as well, and well, I was in a bit of a mood. I know it's not the smartest thing to do, but I thought to myself, what about Marathon Monday?
Yeah, that would work.
I thought I'd talk it over with you first. I know it's unprofessional to do it while we're in the stream, but...
Oh, who gives a fuck? Like,
I love you, brother.
Love you too.
Okay, well then, shall we get this party started?
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to let you tag in, aren't I? You start these.
Also remember to put the name tag up and start the timer. Oh wait, you don't need to start the timer because the game will do it for me.
Yes, I will, however, put the name tag up. There you go. I don't have name tags because the last stream I had was Solo Saturday, where I finished Devil May Cry.
Okay, so tell me, be brutally honest, how cheesy was it for you?
Incredibly. Doesn't really hold up, I don't think. I'm looking forward to...
I tried to explain it before that they were taking it way too seriously in the first one because it was basically Resident Evil 4, but then when they realised the game was too different to what Resident Evil was, as if 4 wasn't already too different to what it already was,
yeah,
it became its own thing.
Well, it seems
Then
like they were
2
trying to retool the series, and this was one iteration that they landed on that they decided to do something else with.
You're going to have to...
Oh, yeah. I've
Well, yeah,
forgotten
that's
where we
literally
are.
what it was.
We haven't done this in a while, it feels like.
But then the first one was okay. The second one was a fucking mess. Like, no one talks about the second one at all.
What, Devil May Cry 2?
No one talks about it because it's just that fucking dull.
Oh god, I'm looking forward to getting through that one.
Oh no, you've got to do 2 playthroughs. You've got to do the Dante run and the Lucia run.
Or I could not do that.
Yeah, there's that. Well, it's because Dante is really fucking boring. It's meant to be right at the end of the timeline, and his character contrasts with everything else he does. The gameplay is a bit more stiff. It's not until Devil May Cry 3,
Right.
which, by the way, you can do 2 playthroughs of 3, though effectively one is just doing the game as Virgil.
Hold on, dude, I'm just testing the audio on the stream real quick.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I'm not hearing anything from the game, but not much is going on.
What the fuck?
It seems to be... Oh, he's got a sword.
What the fuck? You got something in your ears? I ain't paying, and I damn well mean it. Hit the road. No, I'm not leaving. What's that? I'm sick and tired of doing what other people want. I want to be a star on my own terms. Besides, if you hurt me, you're going to be in big trouble. Akiyama-san knows I came here. If anyone's alright, you win, I'll pay you money. Really? Wow, all it took was Akiyama.
Yeah.
I still think Akiyama is obscenely rich to like beyond Batman and Tony Stark levels, although Tony Stark is richer than Batman. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it makes sense that he would be.
Also, I don't know if you saw the picture I shared with a guy where this guy goes, "Don't move or I'm going to shoot Doom in the dick. You dare threaten Doom? Let me go so that I might whack you with a girth." The girth of Doom.
The girth of Doom. I love
How do
comic
you do
Doctor
that?
Doom.
My favourite one so far is, how do you do that? Do what? Speak in block capitals. Silence, minion! You really let me off the hook for the loan you just gave me? I tried scaring the girlie like you told me to. I didn't actually have to succeed though, right?
Oh.
That was perfect. What was in that bundle you handled? A stack of losing lottery tickets. No, got it. Nice ad lib. That little babe turns around and threatens me. She's sharper and gutsier than she lets on. I'd have to agree. Better get back to the office. I'm gonna cut you and learn to cut others.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. You kept me waiting long enough. Sorry, I had to step out for a quick errand. I collected your loan like you wanted. Good job. Oh, yes. What shall I have you do next? Next, I'm not done yet. If I have a test, I'll loan you the money. Really? Oh, all right then. I'll do whatever you want. I admire your commitment. I don't have a choice, Ollie. I'm not doing this because I want to. The game made me do it, Ollie.
Yeah, I know.
You could always say no. Of course, that means you fail the test. If it were my agencies, I'd never accept. But since it's my own free will, I can. Head to Santa Murray. Let them know you're coming. They'll approach you when you get there. Let's see how little Miss Innocent fares. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming because it's a total Akiyama thing to do. Ambiguous comment that might be sexually provocative or imply sexual deeds. Okay.
It is completely innocent.
It's ambiguous as fuck. Oh, my knees. Welcome back. You look a little winded. Are you going to be all right? You said it'd be a job using my body. You never said anything about working construction site. Oh, well, anyhow, you succeeded. You passed the test.
Construction work is putting your body to work.
Yeah, it's
That's
also
on you for making assumptions, Nanaka.
It's also, I'd like to point out, a very dangerous and very difficult job, and a lot of people quit it right away.
Yeah, I have a friend who works construction.
Like, I've seen people say, well, I want to do construction. Someone has explained to them what it's like actually doing. And I've seen people much tougher than you, bigger than you, and with a lot more determination than you try this. And they have quit after a day or two because it is way too dangerous and way too much work. That's why work on the body. It's a lot of strain. And you physically would probably not last that as long as you think you would. Because people don't seem to understand how big of a deal it is and what you've actually got to do. So I'd say they went easy on her. Change your stage name. Nanako Kameda is done. Your career under a new name. But what's the matter? All you need to do is change your name. Shouldn't be a problem. Yes, but I didn't answer you. Change your name or fail the test. 5, 4, 3. Time's up. You fail. You're awful. You gave me an impossible test knowing I'd never accept it. It's impossible. If I start being Namco Kameda, it would just be like giving it into my agency and changing my persona like they asked. That's completely unacceptable. I have to stay true to myself.
And that was the test.
You're done making excuses? I'm not making excuses. Those are strange tests. It's completely meaningless. How do you know if it was meaningless or not? In fact, the final test told me exactly what I needed to know. It's impossible for you to go independent and start your own agency. You'd be wasting your time. You learned anything from those tests? I learned a lot, actually. I wanted to see if you could swallow your pride and work hard as a hostess, complete against younger girls from your agency. I had to see if they had the courage to not back down from the face of danger and the smarts to achieve what you set out to do. I need to know if you're physically capable of pursuing your dream even when pushed to the absolute limit. Those 3 tests I gave you were all to see if you had the power to make your dream come true. Well, I passed your test, didn't I? And if that's the case, what was the final test? Why do I have to change my name? Power is one thing, will is another. I need to see how far you're willing to go. The final test confirmed that your dream isn't as precious as you make it out to be. You're just unhappy with your agency. Am I wrong? Well, power and will, they're equally important. One without the other, you're guaranteed to fail. There was another woman like you. She came to me for a loan of 3 million yen. It was going to take power and will for her to realize her dream. Mary Park had them both. Don't manager. Yeah, a year and a half ago, she came to me with a loan to make her dream come true, just like you. I sent her the same 3 tests I gave you. She passed them all without a single word of complaint. Even though she's a former pop star, I couldn't have been easy working as a hostess among girls half her age, but it didn't stop her. What about the final test? Was it the same one you gave me? Park-san's final test, I told her to get out of the production business once her current project had ended. But that would mean her story would have ended the same way, out of business. It's not the same. Park turned her next chance into her last chance, and it helped strengthen her resolve to make her dream come true. It proved she was committed to making a girl a star. You mean the girl on the Princess League? Rather than her livelihood as an agency president, Mary Park chose to make her dream come true, if just for a moment. Once I saw that she had the power and will to realise her dream, I happily gave her the loan. Your feelings towards your fans are real. Your desire to make a star is authentic. You have what it takes to succeed. And why? Because your dream itself, your desire to go independent, was a lie. You came to me because you were unhappy with your agency. You were angry with your agency for not understanding you. You rebelled against the orders to change who you were. You took those negative emotions and sugarcoated them with a convenient guise of a dream to fool yourself. Real dreams stem from something more positive, don't you think? There we go, John. My manager? Oh, look at that. Convenient timing. If I didn't realise this was Akiyama, I believe this was all just a, convenient.
Akiyama'd make a decent therapist.
Yeah. He's a doctor of life.
Yeah.
I told you to make a change without considering your feelings. I didn't know how much I'd hurt you. This is too convenient. Oh, so I just got a message. We're delighted to inform you that the physio team and as we have approved by referral, your personalised exercise plan will be available as soon as you install the free app, and our physiotherapy team is here to. Oh, that's good.
Cool.
I'm actually going to have help with my knee.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah. So I have to ask. I know this is irrelevant. Your thoughts on the Vince McMahon documentary?
Didn't go anywhere near hard enough.
I think it painted.
Well, no, there is an art to the documentary. You do have to build, in a sense. There is.
I call bullshit on a few things. Obviously, I've told you what they are. I do agree. I agree. Yes, they were trying to humiliate Owen, but it was nothing to do with Brett.
Yeah.
And for Vince to claim that he wouldn't do something petty to someone who no longer works for him is childish.
That is demonstrably false.
Yeah, that is demonstrably false because he does. He holds grudges. What? I mean,
what the
again,
hell do you think the huckster was?
Oh, thank God you said it. I was about to go on to the Monday Nitro stuff, the whole thing, which again Ted Turner saw and laughed at because he thought it was stupid. He thought it was funny, and his whole thing was literally, "Wow, this man hates me this much." The only reason he
Let him
stopped it
stew on that, basically.
The only reason he even stopped it was because he was told Vince was told by the TV agencies, stop doing this because we're actually friends with Ted. We've got actually a relationship with Ted, and this is humiliating for no reason. It's just salty sour grapes.
I mean,
keep in mind this was done during 95, 96.
Yeah, the amount of stuff they were getting away with at that point.
Also, I do agree with Dave Meltzer's thing on WCW that it wasn't just a Time Warner thing that killed WCW. It was putting out a shit product for over a year. It was losing money. There is no way that didn't play and why they wouldn't renew it, because if it's making enough money, they'd have no excuse to just go, okay, well, that's still fun this because it's still making us money.
Yeah. Also, I didn't believe everything that everyone said.
Obviously, with Hulk Hogan, you have to.
Well, with him, I don't believe that he didn't know he was going over with Andre, and I don't believe he didn't know about the slam ahead of time.
I could believe it only because Andre was in one of those positions where people need to. I do agree that Hogan was more over than Andre, but Andre was The whole point of that thing was for Andre to
I
pass
mean,
the
it
torch.
just seems far-fetched to me that they wouldn't clear this with him ahead of time in the locker room.
Not only that, you're going off Hogan's word, and this is the guy who said Andre died a few days later, which we know never happened because Andre continued on for like 7 more years. Although another thing they don't mention is that Andre was in such bad condition that if he couldn't make it to WrestleMania 3, Paul Orndorff was literally in the wings ready, just in case things went awry.
Yeah.
Because Andre was in that bad of a condition. But yeah, I think the stuff with Vince and Shane though, like that is some psychotic levels of behavior.
Well, the thing with the steak knife. Oh,
yeah, the steak knife, and also, yeah, Stephanie.
I assumed it was a steak knife. It wasn't stated to be one.
Also, the whole nobody knew Pat Patterson was doing any of that stuff, and everyone else was like, yeah, we knew he was doing it. We knew full well he was being inappropriate to underage boys. Well, who did you report it to? To who? I agree with that, but again, I don't agree with his thing of how Stephanie was better suited for WWE because she's more like Vince. To me, Stephanie has always had the worst aspects of Vince because, say what you want about him, Vince understood that if you're going to get your guy over, like Austin, you need to be willing to humiliate yourself. Like, Vince was willing.
Himself on air.
Vince wet himself on air. He had mugshots done. Everything else, he was humiliated on a daily. Oh, and don't forget that hospital thing where he had,
Dr. Austin.
Yeah, Dr. Austin. Stephanie apparently was so needed to be protected so much they wouldn't allow a mugshot because she's a chief brand officer. It would look bad. Yeah, her being the most hated character on television wasn't enough of a bad rep for her. Hate to break this to you, but
she was playing a heel though. You can spin that.
Yeah, but there's also there's loads of stories of Stephanie in general, but the whole thing that Shane is nice to his employees and saying, he could be taken advantage of. I think Shane is wise enough to not be taken advantage of, though.
No, you can
nice
be assertive and firm without being a prick.
Stephanie is horrible to her employees. Like, there's already been stories from women backstage that she humiliated. No, this has been substantiated by Charlotte Flair and others. Because one of them said wrestling, she basically screamed at them backstage and forced them to apologize to the whole roster for using a term. Yeah. Like, how dare you say wrestling? I mean, you're part of a wrestling show. This is right up there with Vince Russo's. Why would you want to watch wrestling at a wrestling show?
Which sounds like a line from the Mark Remark.
Yeah, my personal favourite thing, though, is when this comes from Jim Cornette, but he mentioned he had an issue with he complained about the booking one night because it was like 6 matches and all of them were DQs.
Yeah.
And he mentions that there's too many DQs and this ruins everything. Like, this ruins the storytelling and it pisses off the audience. And Vince Russo's response was, DQs, schmeqs, no one gives a shit. In front of the wrestlers. Also, he was writing about it before he even seen a wrestling show. Like, they took him out one night so he could actually watch the show going on, like 6 weeks after he'd started writing, and wow, I like this whole thing. What, you mean the wrestling aspect, the product you're writing for? I think Bruce Pritchard was way too defensive towards the end.
I mean,
I mean, your whole thing sucks. You don't understand the real Vince. Like, they spoke to him. Vince McMahon basically made himself look bad, if anything.
Well, I mean, you saw that statement he released. Let's, I do think it's funny that people are either saying it went too hard or saying it didn't go hard enough.
Oh yeah, that's always going to be a fun thing. But yeah, Bruce Pritchard going, "Oh, it sucks you didn't get to know the real Vince," and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, the thing is, you're gonna say that because Vince. I'm convinced that that when it comes to Bruce, he's in one of those positions where he kind of needs Vince to be around. Otherwise, the question becomes, why are you even there? So I think it's he's going to protect Vince because Vince is kind of the thing that keeps him employed.
Okay.
But it's also the fact that he says that Vince McMahon says that there's a difference between Vince McMahon the character and Mr. McMahon the character and Vince McMahon the person, and everyone else saying no, that is literally how he is. It's either that is exactly how he is, or
the degree to it varies. But yeah.
Yeah. The whole concussion thing was very uncomfortable. Like, you have actual evidence right there in front of you, and you're like, yeah, I don't believe in any of that, and just making up excuses.
Yeah, that was,
Undertaker especially, like, the thing that made me roll my eyes the most was when they're like, oh no, I don't think Undertaker was concussed, I just think he was traumatized that he was having to lose his streak. He's like,
Undertaker
really?
wanted the streak to end years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, didn't he pitch, like, giving it to Randy Orton?
He pitched giving it to Mark Henry. He's pitched giving it to Kurt Angle, Mark Henry, Randy Orton. Like, he was willing to give it up at 21. And Randy said no. He pitched losing it to Mark, which, was one of his worst WrestleMania matches. He was willing to give it up a long time ago, and some of it was even before it became a big deal because they didn't even mention the streak until WrestleMania 10. Well, 18. They didn't even acknowledge it was a thing. Strawberry Mayor. I think it's a magazine. I think it's that.
What does that sound?
Cue cards. I'm supposed to be perky and quirky, but if I don't watch it, I end up being my usual ordinary self. To avoid that, I have my manager guide me with cue cards. Basic premise is I'm a princess from the Strawberry Kingdom who's secretly visiting Japan. Also, to insert emotion, Maya always changes the final word of a sentence. She'll be happy. Maya says, pale. Oh, sure, she has a kamagiri. Okay. So she's happy, palump. Angry, she adds pon. Like, Maya is not happy, pon. If she's confused, she strikes a pose and says, Funya pa. Funya pa. No, you need to strike a pose like, Funya pa. You're braver than most, you know that. I'll try to do this. Don't get mad if I fuck this up.
I will get mad if you fuck this up. No, I'm good.
I'm glad you can't do anything about it. Or a talent hard. No, sorry, he doesn't look like Richard Nixon. It doesn't work. Oh, nice to meet you, Palump. Strawberry Man. Yes, you are. Forgive me. Wow, May's laying on thick. She's playing a character. I do like, however, that the documentary tried to explain kayfabe to people.
Yeah.
Also, Triple H and Hulk Hogan, to their credit, dealing with the whole wrestling is fake thing. Triple H's one was better. The whole... No, it's more people are willing to suspend disbelief and buy into the characters and stories we're telling. You know, like television in general.
I mean, that's always been the way I saw it.
Well, yeah, that's the way it is, but wrestling is the only one that has a place that has a word for it because it's the only one that's ever been really scrutinized for it. You've never really seen someone come out and say, well, Game of Thrones isn't real, they're just actors.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's because originally they pretended it wasn't.
Well, yeah, obviously they were because that's... But again, it was exposed in the 30s and no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
May, I can't do that. A strawberry carriage, just looking at my long drives. A strawberry carriage, what is that? A strawberry carriage is a giant strawberry drawn by white stallions. I'm sorry, did you just say premise? Oh. You guys. Oh, shit. Screwed up, May, said. Oh, actually, it has to. Final question, not true. There are photos taken online. Pardon, that's not true. Okay. I screwed up the first one because apparently they timed. Next. Okay. Oh god, is it with this guy again? Oh god, it is. God, this is like wrestling in the 70s.
How so?
You've got to keep up the character 100% in public.
Heh.
Kevin Sullivan had to literally pretend to be part of a demon-worshipping sex cult. Your imagination can do the rest.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and he also had a tag team partner who came from the sea.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what the Sea Beast thing was a parody of, by the way.
Oh, that reminds me. I was in the room once, and that show, The Chase, was on, and the question was, "Who is the Greek god of the sea?" And there were two people who were asked the question. One answered correctly, and the other one, completely straight-faced, said Aquaman.
Go on, wait, I can't taste relatively only go. No, I'm not quirky at all. I'm Princess of the Strawberry Kingdom. Ah, now. Yeah, I think it's the problem. The problem with this side quest is that no one is willing to suspend the disbelief and just go with it for fun. Like, okay, she's playing a quirky character. But they're trying to destroy they're trying to tear down the thing a bit too much, if you ask me.
Yeah. Osaka and Tokyo Metropolis.
Say false. Correct. 2 times 3. 3 times 4 times
It's
0.
true.
I don't know.
It's true. The
I have
times
this calculator.
0 basically means they're multiplying 0 by something, which...
Okay, question. Dolphins are mammals.
I think they are. No, wait, it might be whales that are mammals.
Shit, we might have just got...
No, we got it. We got it.
You're right. Holy shit!
Huh.
Sorry, I was about to do a Gilbert Godfrey. Holy fuck is this wrong? Question 4. Idle or idle, both are people. True or false?
False. False.
That's right, I think it's true. They both say true.
No, idle, the second one means being idle.
Ah. Okay. I've seen idle people. This computer ran out of batteries.
It's not a type of person, though.
So the final day of July is the 31st. No. Legal drinking age is 18.
I don't know.
Here?
In Japan.
I'm gonna say true.
It's probably true. They like a drink over there. No.
Question 8. H is hydrogen, O is oxygen, Nat is nitrogen.
False. There's no such thing as nitrogen.
Nitrogen sounds like something that Rick Martel would come up with to say an element that makes him natural.
Like distrusity.
Nice. Why did you have to bring that one up? Every time I think of distrusity, I think of that comic book.
I think it's true. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Your score's more or less average. Character? Spend. Yeah, I suck at these things.
I was just trying to do the stern shaking of the head thing.
No, you brought up distrusity. I'm very displeased with you. Now I have to remember that Kris Kringle was raped by the Ultimate Warrior in that comic.
Good lord.
Yeah, that batshit comic book, which, by the way, the WWE paid for.
Yeah.
To keep up its sales, which, fake inflation of comic books is nothing new. Carry on for your fans. So, the fact that you work as hard to stay in character should be a part of your charm. I think kids would pick up on that. I watch you all day and I think I get how fans see you. Okay, I have to add a voice to this one. Say, Maya-chan, baby, why you been avoiding me? We should continue our discussion from before, maybe somewhere private. Well, it's just no need to worry, come on, my show, and you'll be riding my rocket to stardom. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's worse the more I look at it. Hey, I understand your concerns. It's a big career move. Why do you say we grab a bite somewhere and get to know each other a little better? Hey, John. Is this guy hounding you? Yes, I've been turned down as advanced. People tell me I have to watch myself around Shiguragi-Han on account of his thing for newcomers. Hey, nothing wrong with a bit of voyaging blood. Ha cha cha!
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Jimmy Charan is turning in his grave. It's Jimmy Charan in poison. What? You have any idea who you're talking to? So you're a big name in comedy. Wouldn't you know it? I'm not involved in the entertainment industry in the slightest. In other words, you could be the emperor of entertainment, but as far as I'm concerned, you're just another sleeve. What? If you want to keep running your mouth, I suggest you keep that in mind. Screw you, smug bastard. Thank you. Hey, glad to think guys like this actually exist. Show business is scary. Yeah, it's so boring. It's been fun, but I'm afraid our time together is over. Look, people just need to buy into the gimmick and just accept it as what it is.
Happy Moon Day, everyone. So, did I make a typo on the thing?
I don't know. That's so fast. Oh God, he's
I
back.
did. Fuck's sake.
You think I can stole away after dissing me to my face, you little punk? I'll
Wasn't
show
sure
you.
if it was deliberate. No.
Wanna show you what I'm all about? Ha cha cha. Really? You know, for a big star, you're amazingly petty. So we've just been talking about Vince McMahon for the last half an hour.
You've been talking about Vince McMahon for the last half an hour.
Shush, you were joining in. Yeah, man, mate, you gotta be determined.
I am not surprised. By the way, the things expressed by Morisaki's pit. His assertions are his own and for his own purpose.
Yeah, that's kind of always been the way, though you agree with some of it.
Okay, I should have. I think I've corrected the typo.
Also, was it weird to see Linda as well? Like, how long's it actually been since we've seen Linda McMahon?
Quite a while.
Also, give her credit where credit's due. She was very vocal about how she just doesn't really like television and doesn't like acting and wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suddenly feel like I was maybe a bit too harsh on her now.
Yeah.
Also,
How you doing anyway, Seb? How are you?
Oh, is he still pissing stones?
Yeah, thanks for saying that on air. Certainly try. You're not in pain, are you?
Is he lying down?
Aching. Ah, fuck.
Ah.
Sub-Story King trophy earned. Now, we should probably stop Michael Cole in this shit and talk about the game on screen. That's not a fair assertion anymore. Michael Cole's quite good when he's actually allowed to be.
I will admit I do think he is gay. I don't know how he is these days, because I haven't heard the commentary since Vince left. But from what I'm hearing, he sounds very tired. Back to Fanside credit ratings mod. Past few days, it looks like he went for a number of money lengths in Osaka, but got turned down by all.
Yeah, and so then, no, I'm not lying down while pissing. Yeah.
No, because that would be really fucking awkward. Then you've got
It is
like
a shame you couldn't join me yesterday, but I understand.
You only went to see Star Wars. It's not like you haven't seen it before.
Yeah, but not in theatre. Well, one of them I hadn't seen in theatres, and it is a different experience.
Yeah, Ollie. That's the joy of the cinema in general.
Yeah, I mean, Oh, in particular, that uh, it it was
It was
Rogue One followed by the original trilogy in sequence. And it's like,
well, as long as you enjoyed yourself.
yeah. I bet Rogue One blends into A New Hope nicely. It does, although the difference in visual polish is evident, but you quickly adjust. Though A New Hope looks a lot better on the big screen, except with the like CGI additions, like from the special edition, which are still for some reason the version that, like, I mean, they're jarring as hell. That
Oh.
trench run scene, though, looks spectacular on cinema screens. Like, most of the special edition changes are dreadful, and I will never change my mind on that. Like, there must be some good ones. Like, I mean, I'm only thinking about the visual ones now. There's a couple I think are improvements, but I can't remember. Although, isn't George Lucas currently on Disney's board of directors or something? At the very least, he's a very large shareholder.
Don't say it. I have visual nightmares of what he's like to be around. Look,
I like both
George,
Yub and the new ending. Both have their merits. He still potters about, yeah. No, I preferred Yub. I like the new like ending song for the Ewok celebration, but it's just it feels non-diegetic, and it's not supposed to be.
I just want to see it, George. Well, you're asking too much. That's all that's sass with me, boy, and that's gonna cost you. No, I just imagine a sequence of events where whenever George Lucas is shown, it's only from behind, and he's really fucking ominous. I just want to see the Star Wars Christmas special. Well, now you're taking sass from me. That's gonna cost you, boy. Oh, fine, and he just gives it to you. Do you love me like I love you? How can I love something that cannot feel? And then when you watch the movie, he turns up in your house with a gun, and still the visual is from behind. He was like, now you know my terrible secret. What, that you made the Star
It's like,
Wars special?
I don't think the special edition changes ruin the movie, but like they are definitely noticeable in bad ways sometimes.
I mean,
I think it's funny that George Lucas is, by all accounts, easy to work with and open to constructive criticism, yet everyone on the prequels were too afraid to speak up. Yeah, that's what happens. I think the Jabba scene is the worst. It does nothing. Yeah, that is true. That's probably the worst one in A New Hope. I preferred, in many ways, the original. You know, in Return of the Jedi, where it cuts to, like, the entertainment singing before he drops Ula. He literally repeats what he just said to Greeno. Yeah, when he drops that Twi'lek, I think Ula is her name, into the Rancor pit. I preferred the original version of that scene. Like, you get like a whole song with CGI like extras that just goes on, and it doesn't really.
we're watching a different culture, and we're a slug monster.
Yeah, it is Ula. I preferred the original, but to be fair, she doesn't look as doesn't look good in that. But still, it was the 80s. Yeah.
Oh shit, Ollie, we're getting some Akiyama backstory.
Yeah.
That's the cunt that fired him.
Yeah. Ah.
He's like, I want to pay my debt to you. My debt? Yes. Well, I wouldn't be as rich as I am if you hadn't fired me. It's quite the sentence.
Huh?
Yeah.
Water under the bridge, even I know you went through after you got canned. And you, the uppity, suave intellectual, become just another one of Camarocho's bums. You used to scour the alleys for food scraps. I know about it. Okay, what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, but look at us now.
I drew you up on the investment club back in our day at the university. I got you into Toto Bank. I know everything there is to know about you, including the woman I was seeing. That's right. With what you taught me, I couldn't have started my lending business. I am grateful to you. But I sold you out to the law. I cast aside my conscience and my feelings for the sake of my career. And you're saying you can let that go as water under the bridge? What kind of sap do you take me for? I believe the one I should be asking you that question. I'm a professional. My job is to lend money to clients. Nothing more, nothing less. Cast aside your feelings. Don't make me laugh. You're the one digging up the past. That is true. He is literally just going,
Yeah.
what do you mean you could just lend me money? I was a bastard to you. Yes, but I have a business
You
to
are
run
also
here.
a client. Yeah. Makes it feel bit... Yeah, I agree. Personal preference, but I didn't love when... Oh, that's what, 7 years ago when the politician laundered all that money through the Toto Club?
Oh, we're getting callbacks now.
Yeah. When he goes on the PA system and said, "This is Lando Calrissian, the Empire's taking control of the city." And then in the special edition, in the new version, it cuts to outside with loads of people. I just preferred the original version when it was just him speaking. It just felt a bit visually noisy in a way that was unnecessary in that time.
Have it your way.
It's not even bad, I just prefer the original version.
Oh, by the way, off topic, but I found something on YouTube I thought of you and Seb would love.
Go on.
Someone's edited Mortal Kombat 1, but they've made it a tag team fatalities of Gaston and Kronk. It goes very well, by the way. One of them is literally Kronk throwing Homelander into that backpack thing he has with the wings and then getting struck by lightning, then just turning up and Gaston going, how did it go? Oh no, by all logic, it doesn't make any sense.
You
Or,
got
like,
me.
shoving
By all
people-
accounts, it doesn't make sense.
And then, or one of his fatalities being that he shoves a thing down Homelander's throat and then pours eggs down it.
Yeah.
Or when he just his other fatality where he just screams how it doesn't end until he has his head mounted on his wall
Yeah.
and sets images on Homelander.
Yeah.
And end of Gaston sitting in that pub with Homelander's head on the wall.
The change I hate the most is Darth Vader now. I don't think that's the one I hate the most, actually, believe it or not. I do, however, think Obi-Wan's woo is really funny.
That's been granted below, no doubt. It was up to robbing a bank. Oh my god! He's actually going to try and rob a bank. So he'd rather rob a bank and risk going to prison on his own than take a loan from Akiyama.
Yeah. Who's being unprofessional now, motherfucker?
It's just some guy walking towards it, went over with a crazy look on his face, almost like he had nothing left to lose. He looked like he was ready to rob or kill someone.
I didn't understand that was the funny thing at all. Poor Mr. Wint. Ooh.
Okay, where is he? Okay. He's round the corner. And oh, fuck off, Japanese John Lennon. Imagine all beneath, cracking your skulls apart, textureless fools.
Give war a chance. That's a line in Metal Gear Rising.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of mod showcases lately of Metal Gear Rising, And for some reason, they've just replaced all the characters with Transformers characters, and it's just really it's really fucking weird.
Yeah. He's there visiting Yoko Ono. You know what? At no point did any of the Beatles blame Yoko Ono for their splitting up. Like,
No, the myth we go with.
yeah. Like, even at the height of their animosity towards each other, at no point did they say Yoko was why they were splitting up. I guess she was just an easy fall guy for the prayer.
Look, one thing I've noticed is that when things fall apart, everyone loves to go find that one person they can blame because it's easier than thinking things are more complicated than they actually are. Like, it's whenever it's like when
admitting that life in general is complicated.
Well, it's things like a lot of industries or properties fail, and they like to blame one person. I've had this conversation about WCW, Archie Comics, in general. And it's always, oh, this one guy's to blame, and it's like, no, it's not one person. It's usually a whole cavalcade of things happening. Things happen. It's usually a long-standing thing as well. It's not an instantaneous, oh no, this one person existed, and suddenly that ruined everything. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, WCW failed due to years of bad decisions and like 4 or 5 things
sludge
happening.
and name I can't think of. And I'll have all the Dinobots. Hello, Jack.
Yeah, it's like it's like those two things. Like when one person's going, I'm sure you've heard it, and I'm sorry to bring this.
Is the name in question Slag? Because I seem to remember wasn't there a Dino?
Yes, they changed his name to Slug in the past few years. Although most people will still call him Slag.
You can say Slag on stream, Jack.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine, Jack.
I say worse.
Yeah. It's not. It's again because a lot of it will be you've seen the people going, oh my god, this one person's going to kill Star Wars. Like, no, they're not. One person isn't going to kill one franchise. It's usually if a franchise is dying, it's usually because of corporate ideas in general and a long-standing problems. I had this argument when people go, well, the reason the Archie Sonic comics failed was because of this person. Like, this person wasn't with the company for 6 years. There were other decisions being made that kind of killed it. You can't blame one person for one thing failing, is my point. Now take this knife and... Oh my god! This is quite the strategy. I have life insurance. If I'm dead, my wife and kids won't go hungry. Everything will be squared away. You out of your flipping mind. Come on, hurry. They won't pay out on a self-deletion. Why didn't you punch me in the throat? I could have choked. Oh, I've seen you before. That's it. You're that Sky Finance guy from Tokyo. Ah, I get it now. Using the psycho to get the police involved so you can swoop and take over. That's quite the assumption. I'll give you that idea. You think we can pull the shit on our chest? All right, fine. You want to die? We'll be happy to help. Not really one for listening, are you? Listen, fucking find out doesn't apply to this.
Fuck around and find out. The around is important. Though fucking and finding out is possible.
Oh yeah, it is.
Fujiwara?
Well, in this case,
Mr. Fuji!
In this case... Oh god, where's my rice throwing minigame? Careful, we've got to leave before he kills our dog and serves it to us.
Which he apparently did to Harold Sakata.
He did. Yes, he did. He did it to Oddjob.
Isn't fucking find out just another word for post not clarity? I suppose it could be.
Well, you've got to admit, they all regret it after you've given him a bit of a fucking up.
Yeah.
So I'm not completely wrong.
I know it's
But you see, they are not doing the fucking, Ollie. Akiyama is doing the fucking.
for the same reason I know. I believe, isn't Twitch an American company? They probably wouldn't have that word on their radar.
Yeah. Damn straight, like I could ever accept help from a guy who I screwed over. Won't do it.
You were literally going to
Ah,
you were literally going to let someone kill you.
for life insurance. Pretty cheap pride, if you ask me. What's that? The way you put your convictions before your life is admirable, but instead of worrying about your pride, how about worrying about your family's future? All the money in the world won't mean anything to your wife if you're dead. I can't see Eri Chan wanting that. You knew? Yeah, Eri dumped me after I lost my job. Then she started seeing you. The two of you got married and she quit working. Losing her essentially meant losing all I had. All at that point, I was free to do just about anything. But you have a family. It's far too early for you to say they'd be better off without you. What you should be doing is protecting your family's future, even if that means eating crow meat from here on out. Very specific meat.
Yeah.
You could have just said rat. Or people. I was going to say to get a divorce. But after watching you lay your life online, I felt stupid thinking up a test that is clearly spurning from jealousy. So I'm going to offer you a loan on one condition. You turned me down before, I'll ask you once more. Can we finally put things behind us? Water under the bridge. Man, I must be getting soft for giving an act of betrayal like that. Akiyama, you're old. You get softer like when you get older. Hana-chan can't yell at you now. She doesn't have the super strength to kick you all the way from Tokyo. You're in Kansai now.
No, that is how he got there. He just set up shop wherever he ended up.
You know what? At this point, I'm not going to question it. So can you please come out the cage? No. Last time I let you out, you walked 4 feet, slipped on a banana peel, flew into space, ended up in Turkey, touching a murder weapon that had just been conveniently used to kill somebody, accidentally spilled detergent over it, getting rid of the killer's DNA, but somehow leaving your own. Honestly, you keep getting arrested. You keep getting arrested for murder charges. It's only happened 4 times. The fact that it's happened 4 times is alarming. How are you convicted again? I blinked for a second.
Yes, slag is metallic waste.
Yes, it is. That's what it was used for originally. That was what the name was for originally. It's only later when they learned it was a UK slang, because funnily enough, slag as a UK slur is not used as often as you might think.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I heard it, other than... No,
well, that's what I mean. It's not as common as it was, like, say... like.
I mean, the last time I heard it in media was in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, funnily enough.
I know, exactly. And the last time I heard it before that was hearing some really bad Cockney voice of "Shut it, you slag." From his character Cockney Wanker.
Do you think Phil Mitchell ever does smelting and talks to the metal saying, "You slag"? Now you listen to me, you vile little slag.
Yes, that's where Ollie heard it and couldn't stop laughing, and we had to replay that same fucking story over and over again, just because William Regal is a fucking gem.
He is.
No, seriously, play any game where he is in story mode, and he is the best part of it.
Yeah.
Hell, even last year's one was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, profanity filters can result in endless, hilarious, actually making it worse. I saw a character creation thing, and he said, "This is my dwarf NASA, the profanity filter had filtered out the word ass, so the name showed up as N asterisk 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 ER.
Oh God! No, but I still want to like come to the park.
That's much worse.
If I'm busy, then don't come.
Okay, it's gonna tag me in a few minutes. I'm just gonna be back in a second. It's yes, that I think that was after my time. Oh, it substituted rude words for equivalent words, so I ended up accidentally writing an essay about Alfred Hitchwilly.
どういう意味だい？もしかして最近あまり舐めた口聞けないようにしたわ。知らんて。悪いけど遠慮せずにやらせてもらう。
See if I can. What? Oh. I accidentally hit them both. Now we can finally have our civilized court discussion. Son of a bitch. Say in a place like this, we've got plenty of I'm not playing nice. Okay, it's all on you now.
ならその人弁士を教えろ。そいつのところへ連れてってもらおうか。わかった。案内しよう。
Oh, that bloody is an adjective. And it's also only a swear in the UK. Just setting the timer first.
They're very patient on this phone.
Yep, but I'm making them wait. Okay. No. Oh, there we go. Hadn't started. Okay, there we go. And let me just change the player name over.
They are very patient.
Okay. Okay, it's no longer funny.
I don't know, it's kind of funny.
Akiyama だけど。
Okay, where the fuck were you? I've been ringing forever.
見つけるには見つけたんだけどね。ちょっとはるかちゃんに協力してもらいたいんだ。
え、私に？何をすればいいんですか？
それがちょっとね。高岩15町のバークロストに来てくれないか。大至急だ。
そこってカムロ町の人弁士に聞いたお店でしたよね。
そういうこと。じゃあ待ってるから頼んだよ。
ええ、わかりました。
I don't know, Bloody's kind of tame in comparison. Well, in comparison to Slag. Well, Bloody's more used in a more casual way, like, oh, bloody hell. Whereas Slag is used as a direct insult.
Bloody is usually just used for a mild emphasis.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's used more casually than Slag is. Slag is used as a direct, you slag.
Some people
Whereas
are really
Bloody's,
weird
you
about
know...
acknowledging the existence of blood. At school I was told it was rude to write in red because it reminds people of blood. No it's not.
Oh yeah, it was actually considered rude to write in red. That was something I was told a lot in school.
It never really came up for me.
It did a lot of time. Like, I got in trouble a lot at school if I used a red pen to, like, do my homework. I was constantly told, you don't write in red, it's rude.
That's weird. Mind you, I didn't
It is.
often
Like,
write in
okay,
red.
what if I'm bleeding? What if I'm... Yeah, if I'm bleeding to death and then I suddenly write a message in blood, am I just being rude to the person I'm sending a warning to? Like, do they see the warning on the floor and go, oh, the cheek of this fellow?
Yeah. Also, I remember Pete being ripped into by a teacher for using the word stupid. I was told red ink reminds people of blood. Nobody gonna mistake it for a letter written in blood. Use a pen, Sideshow.
Use a pen. Oh, use a pen. I'm totally gonna love this dog, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh yes. I remember the Big Mickey thing where he was being
by
censored.
Among Us. So it became Big Fucky. Which is...
Didn't he, like, blame Large Ricky for censorship in some way, even though it made no sense?
I had a thought the other day actually about that. Large Ricky never introduces himself as Large Ricky. So is that what he calls himself? Like, is he a mirror of Big Mickey? Or is
it just something Big
is that just Big Mickey projecting?
I think.
Although he does make reference to a sizable Nicky.
I think it's funnier if everything is in Big Mickey's head, or it's implied. What does he think of the Big Show? Listen, Buster, there's only one big one man here.
Big Mickey just lives in a different reality.
Yeah, I think we've established that. I think we've long since established that he exists in his own little world. His own little sociopathic world. Wonderful.
They killed her.
I kill you. I caramba.
そいつがパク社長を殺した黒幕なのか。
わしが知ってんのはこれだけや。
十分です。ありがとうございます。
それは
You don't scare me, dragon. Ah, the big show. He eats pizza.
ちゃんと出るんやで。実はわしな、若い頃あたっとこの社長さん、パクさんの大ファンやった。
社長の
こない偽物ばっかし作るような家業をしてるとな、作り物はすぐに見抜けるようになってまう。作り笑い、
Big Show,
作り
stop
話、
eating pizza.
それ
I'm
に
having fun.
顔そのものを作られた人間、全部や。世の中、偽物ばっかしや。テレビにしてもほんまのことなんかほとんどあらへん。けどな、たまに見かけるんや。ほんまもんの人間がありのままに生きて
By
る
the way, I'm getting an echo on your end.
Hold on, let me just turn it down then.
心が救われる気する
There we
わ。
go. How's that?
人
Yeah,
弁
that's perfect.
パクさん
Do
と
you
はるかちゃんの
still
笑
hear
顔
it
には
though?
心
Yeah, I
が
can hear it.
Good, good,
I was
good.
I've changed my position on the sofa. I'm a little bit closer than I usually am.
Ah, I see.
頑張るんやで、はるかちゃん。あんたには
I'm just sorting out this app real quick, just getting it installed and stuff,
ま
and
た
it's
テレビの向こう側
is
から
that physio app, and it's really just stuff like, hey, set yourself a goal, and how does it affect it? Like most of these things don't affect my knees in any way, so they're not really a problem. Like they know it's a knee condition, and saying, how about doing a hobby like painting or anything? How does this affect? How is your condition how much is your condition affected by this activity? Not at all. Because it uses my hands, a completely different set of muscles.
君は大阪芸能に顔が割れてるだろうし、俺が行くよ。そうでいいね。
ええ、お願いします。
よし、それじゃあ今日のパクさん事件の調査はここまでにしよう。そういや腹減ったな。どうだい？たまには夕飯一緒に食って気晴らしでもしないか？こっちに来てからはるかちゃんとは暗い話ばっかりだったからな。何でもご馳走するよ。
そうでしたね。ごちそうになります、秋山さん。
Oh, well, that crab doesn't slow you down.
Oh no, the crabs.
Big Show, what turn in the sofa?
It's okay, you'll be okay, Ollie. Just walk in a straight line.
もしもし。
Oh shit, yeah, we're going to be alternate. So it's not really split into chapters, really. It's just switching between Haruka and Akiyama.
クリスティーナと私で最終確認のレッスンしよう。
Ah, no, you Big Show. I know Big Show. He eats pizza.
舐めてかかったらあかん。ええな。はい。ほんなら。
Look on the bright side, Ollie. At least you don't have to have fists. Oh shit, there's a sub quest. You know what must be done.
Yes.
haven't talked
Trigger's
about what-
here. He says, crabs.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about it much, but it is still worrying that someone rents out the keys every year and just gathers them around in ridiculous places in a fucked up scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, they know where they are, so they can go collect them and stuff, but I don't know, it's just, there's not going to be...
But he rents out the entire system of
I'm just
lockers.
wondering what's the benefit. Like, what's the benefit to this? Is it just they get off on creating a scavenger hunt at a convenient time when there's, you know, an event happening? And it just happens to coincide. What about when there isn't an event going on that 1 year? Like, how do they work this?
Yeah.
Like, what I'm trying to say is, do they know more than they know?
Okay, hold on. How far is she from level 20?
Enough.
Maybe I should battle that person.
Battle!
Battle?
Battle! Battle! Stupid woman trying not to... Always trying to win the battle and not lose the battle.
Maybe I should battle that person. Strikes in Glasgow, you know. Battle! What do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out.
Yeah. So, we've got more Yakuza stuff to play now, and by the time we get to it, fuck, we might actually be doing the Yakuza. We might actually, you know, Majima Pirates.
Yeah.
The meme started, by the way.
Sorry?
The memes have started.
Excellent.
There's one of Kiryu, Dojima, and Daigo and Majima, and then their future selves come through. And he's like, "Who are you?" "I'm you from the future." And he's like, then you just got Daigo going, "Wow, I look so cool," and then Pirate Majima comes out.
Oh, I've seen that one. Though it's unrealistic that Majima would be surprised by this.
Majima has done much worse. Or weirder, I should say.
He'd probably just see his pirate self and go, "Yeah, seems legit."
Seems legit. Was I going after Kiryu again? Like, you could honestly work it into his own logic that he dressed up as a pirate while, I don't know, Kiryu was on a boating trip with the kids, and then acting as a pirate to steal their stuff to give Kiryu an excuse to defend himself. Go on, that definitely sounds like something he would do.
Yeah. It was like, "You're programmed for etiquette, not destruction."
Forgive me, but I'm a man of science.
No!
Oh yeah, Jack, while I've got you, I managed to get Shattered Glass Prime.
I don't think I got... Did I get XP from that?
You did not! You know what you should do, Ollie?
Oh, I got a bit.
You should do that sub-quest. That should give you some more EXP.
Yeah. Seems like a golden opportunity for them to have a liar's dice minigame for time to annoy Hollywood. For some reason, saying battle instead of fight or fist fight makes pub fights funnier.
Look, I've said before that it'd be funnier if most movies ended in some kind of line dancing competition. Or some ridiculous thing. Oh wait. Wait, that's that girl we saved from that weird groomer.
Yeah.
Aw, this is just tragic.
I just made a friend.
Wait, was that a sub-quest?
It was...
No. No, apparently not.
Oh. They'll be in the, Oh, right. Agency work. Courtesy calls too. We get nothing from this. An idol comes to Sotenbury 5.
I also got Shatterglass Ratchet, but he just sits there at this point. I've got no place for him.
I don't know this one.
Then you will learn. So yeah, this app is actually really exploitable.
Exploitable?
I could lie to these things and they wouldn't know any better. Express this. You drank a glass of water today. Set yourself some goals to help with your problem, but the thing is, it's so vague. I could put anything and it won't question it. I've literally put a hobby of what I'm going to do today. Gaming. Okay, how does this affect... Can you do this with your condition? Yes! Very easily, because it requires me not to fucking move!
But what's this app? I missed the start.
I had to talk to a bot, by the way, to set this whole thing up. 20 minutes of it was just confirming...
Seb wants to know what app this is.
Oh, it's called Theo. It's called, Theo Engage. It's PHIO. The doctors have recommended it to me to help with my knee problems. Though, again, it took me a while to sign up to it because 20 minutes of it was just confirming information that has nothing to fucking do with it. It was asking me... It was asking the usual things like, have I had surgery? Have I had, done all this? Have I done this? Okay. Do you identify with the gender you had at birth? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Do you identify...
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it asked me 5 different times if I
well, I was, but...
But yeah, it asks this, and then asks it in really, really confusing ways that if you're dyslexic, it's really hard. It's like, do you agree with it now or not? Yes, no. Like, what? What the fuck? He's like, so do you identify with the gender you were assigned at birth? Yes. Are you happy with the gender you have at birth? What does this have to do with my knee? Have you got an STD? Okay, we're really getting into some very personal areas, aren't we? What race are you? And it took me a long time to find what I was. Very long time. Then when I finally got it, they went, okay, so point on this diagram where it hurts.
In Austria, you can just log on to free Wi-Fi without questions about your address, social security, race, and gender.
All this, by the way, is to get physio to help with my knee. with your knees' gender? I don't know. I've never asked them. Okay, my left knee identifies as a knee. And my right knee identifies as owie owie fuck. In case it's not clear, my right knee hurts the most. I'm actually tempted to get one. I've got a brace on it right now. I'm not quite on the Steve Austin metal brace bit, but I'm getting there.
John Garrison here.
I don't see him, so probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, my knees are bent. My knees are bent. Och and I. Och and a. Ouch and a. His knees are as bent as his policies. Oh, we. That doesn't make any sense, Seb. If you have a bent ace of spades, you've not been looking after your deck. Cue someone making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge joke in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
But I don't want to dance no more. You'll dance! Also, my mother-in-law keeps coming down in the morning and she won't stop playing her terrible audiobook, so I've been playing country AI songs. Such as, I Fought a Child, or the song about Dr. Pepper. Like, whenever I see someone with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks without sleeves or rubber band, I wince. Like, Jesus Christ, use protection.
What, I mean, just the cards as they are in a rubber band?
Grandpa said, playing card games is like making love. You usually do it on a table.
And you always feel deep shame when it's finished.
Plus, the older you get, the less fun it is. Also, that's why you always wear a condom while playing card games. Yugi! Kill that son of a bitch.
Amazing, you have a star sign.
Oh god, it's that guy. He's reading my palm. At least he's not asking you to cross his palm with silver.
Yeah. First you must cross my hand with gold.
With precious golden gold. Sex is like Yu-Gi-Oh! It uses the Celtic Guardian. Yeah, he's very obnoxious about it, though. Ooh.
The moments of Venus is wrong, this can indicate romance or sensuality. I played against someone playing the new Millennium Exodia deck.
So what you're saying is you disarmed him. Quite literally.
I banished both his IOD arms face down, which was funny.
Oh! Told you disarmed him.
I am the disgruntled Celtic Guardian.
He ate the McNuggets and got a whole new day. Ooh, 1,000 experience. Oh wow, now I can retire. The ass of I did see someone on Etsy make a sixth piece of Exodia, the dong of the forbidden one. Yeah, they literally made a card of Exodia's dick to use. Also, they did also make an Etsy, an English translated version of the synchro version of the Dark Magician Girl that can never be released outside of Japan because the original creator refused to censor the card. Like that was the one card he refused to bet to change his opinion on.
100 feet. No, I only have 2.
It's either feet pics or I'm suddenly planning to destroy Ollie's life somehow that involves clowns. I've told you, one way or another, I'm going to ruin an event in your life that's somehow going to involve drunk clowns on a moped. Also, would it be a stretch to have it that maybe Obnoxious's circus life for Obby somehow involves a cocaine-addicted clown?
Dr. Roxo.
I've told you about the meme, like, we're doing a serious campaign. I want you to come up with your most serious and, well thought out characters. And it shows a picture of the characters, Dr. Roxo, some kind of, a bunch of other ridiculous things, and a thing that says, literally, I am Monk. It's a monkey.
I am Monkey.
For the Dark Magician Girl, it's usually they change her bust size or they remove the pentagrams. It's the pentagrams that they have the biggest issue with, apparently. I mean, there's also thighs. They don't like showing the thighs either. I mean, just look at how they changed the Harpy ladies.
I think we're down to the last job. Salisbury love check quiz. Oh, wait, no, there's
Pantygram. God, I needed Trigger today. Oh yeah, that's the thing I want to talk to you about, Olin. So me and Trigger have been playing ZZZ, and you know that whole trope they have in anime that's kind of eye-rolling of the character that looks like they're 12 but is actually like several 100,000 years old?
yes.
And they have a child. What if, hear me out, the character who looks physically 16 or 18 is actually 50 and behaves like an old lady? Like they just want to sleep or read the newspaper or talk about TV channels that don't exist anymore.
I mean, that would be funny.
That is literally one of the characters we've got. Like, she keeps asking to watch television, then she complains when we watch a movie because the jobs that are shown in the movie don't exist anymore. And she just wants to retire on the couch and scratch lottery tickets, or she wants to make a bet on the horse racing.
Apart from Mystic's Mother, that's what. I forget he's a lazy trucker.
Oh yeah, Piper is a lazy trucker, but she's fucking 50. She's close to retirement age. She even says all she wants to do is sit on your couch and maybe go across. The most work she wants to be able to do at her age is go across the street and scratch the daily lotto tickets for you. Honestly, I'm surprised she hasn't given me, a Werther's original. That said, the latest event. Let's see.
Yep, that's exactly right. No, that's not what it's called.
No, though I am tempted after watching the new event. I am hungry for burgers more often.
Ah.
I'm sure you can, Trigger. I'm sure you can find something to scratch.
こっちかな。
Well done, Ollie.
当たって。
For a minute, I thought I said that was Mr. Ooty.
Uh,
Oh god, only the great power Ooty for Yakuza confirmed.
お願い。
Huh.
Wait, if Samoa Joe's in the latest Yakuza game, does that mean we might get Kenny Omega at some point?
こっちかな。
hopefully.
Sadly, I hate to disappoint you here, Seb, but yes, I can handle the rodeo burger, because if you remember me saying, I made one for Liz. In fact, mine was actually bigger than Burger King's.
こっちかな。
I can't make the burgers now, no. Not my condition.
当たって。
Yes, Seb, I can, because do you know what the rodeo burger is? It is literally a burger with bacon and onion rings. That's it. Ollie could make the rodeo burger.
悔しいです。
Trigger could make the rodeo burger. Even you, Seb, you could produce the rodeo burger.
こんなんじゃダメだよ。
I mean, Ollie, you could make a burger with bacon on it and onion rings, right?
I wouldn't, but I could. I'm not a big fan of onion rings, honestly. They're kind of like... They're kind of just there.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of onion rings either. It's more of a Liz thing for me. I did plan to make that T-Rex burger. You remember that one I told you about that Jim Cornette said they did at Wendy's? The one that's like 9 burger patties. In a way that there is no way you could physically put that in your mouth.
Yeah. They should make
Unless,
big
like,
burgers wider, not taller.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I stopped by the burger van near where we live. Had a burger there. I don't mind their burgers. It's just it costs quite a bit.
Yeah.
Cost me 15 quid to get 2 burgers and 2 sets of chips and curry sauce.
Huh. It's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money for a burger. It's all about the girth. Doom will smack you. I will smack you with Doom's girth.
The girth of doom.
Oh, I'm going to go on the app, see if I can find that thing again. I did share it.
There we go. Much better.
Here it is.
Only
Stay
not
back
because
or
now
I
it's-
shoot... Here it is. Stay back or I'll shoot Doom in the dick. Insect you dare threaten the awe-inspiring girth of Dr. Doom? And hand me so that I might beat you to death with it. Okay.
Ooh. No. Certainly love check quits hard. I am gonna fumble this one horribly.
おはようございます。わかりました。うん。
Yeah, the only time Kiryu offed someone, Sotenbury thug. A guy like you should know your place. Don't quit strutting around like a damn peacock. I peacocked your mom.
Wearing a Dennis the Menace jumper. It's a striped sweater.
She could very easily be trying to rob a place. Badly.
それでは参りましょう。クイズスタート。
お願い。
There's a picture on his mirror when you should be be reassigned. What?
お願い。
Oh, for fuck's sake.
こっちかな。よし。
I don't know.
お願い。
Not happening, Trigger. I'm gonna fix my knees the old-fashioned way, with a cold pack to one of them.
Oh. I think.
当たって。も
No, Elise is in Kamurocho.
Oh, of course. Of course.
うお願い。
Someone's put Halloween decorations up already, and there's a whole thing saying "Caution, werewolf breeding area," and there's a skeleton being taken from behind by a werewolf skeleton against a tree. Like actual
こっ
props.
ちかな。 お願い。
I did better than last time, actually.
It's better.
悪くない結果でした。
よかったです。ありがとうございます。
Oh, I think Haruka's been maxed out.
Holy shit! We get a trophy.
うまくいったよね。
Well, she's reached level 20. I believe that's the cap.
Yeah. And it's something like in the road to El Dorado, there's only one inexplicable little thing within the plot. Miguel and Tulo plausibly bluff their way through, or never slip
No,
out
it's
of most
not.
situations.
It's not a level cap. Ignore me.
However, I never figured out why the volcano stops erupting when Tulo commands it. The conclusion I've come to is that the actual gods were watching their big entrance go down and thought, "Oh, this will be hilarious."
Yeah.
There's a lot of evidence throughout the movie to say that the armadillo, whose name is Bibbo, is a god.
Oh, yeah.
They first find him in the jungle where there is an armadillo has no business being. They find the entrance to the city while being followed by him. He is present when the volcano starts.
This will be sad.
おはようございます。
He's ricocheted himself all over the place and defied physics to get in the hoop every time. They come up with a flood plan to stop Cortez, and Bibbo pushed the glass over in front of them. You're telling me they used God as a basketball? Yeah, pretty much.
当店堀ラブチェッククイズ
Mhm. Giving the IC title to Jey Uso so he can have his moment. Giving it to him so Rikishi can shut the fuck up already.
Look out. He didn't hear me shout, look out for the train. Because I didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, I showed him the video of the guy doing that one Grand Theft Auto San Andreas mission, but doing it in Thomas the Tank Engine style.
What the fuck? Oh. I'm not in the 19th century.
You got one correct. Nice. Sorry, Aladdin, I can only give you a wish if they follow the next 3 rules. I can't make anyone fall in love with you, can't bring people back from the dead, and I can't kill anyone. Okay, bring me these 7 balls. I wish to kill Jafar. Wish granted. Ah! See? Wasn't that difficult.
I think I'm just vibrating.
Look out for that tree. Fig leaves. A jock strap.
What's the third letter of the Greek alphabet? Gamma.
You got okay. Oh God! Oh,
That was a total guess, but
I know.
one organization for international cooperation. The United Nations. Eight out of 10.
Cat?
悪くない結果でした
Oh no, I'm out of spell slots. Pulls out gun. Time to use American magic. I cast non-magic missile with a bazooka.
Alright, okay. There's always more, isn't there? Love check quiz special 2.
Work is never done.
That should be fun. Yeah.
Oh God, they gave the original actor who played Barry a PSP.
There's always more, isn't
ラブチェッククイズ。それではクイズスタート。
Quick round.
こっちかな。
Damn it.
Wrong.
当たって。
I don't fucking know. Oh, wrong button. I knew that was.
なんで？
Go.
お願い。当たって。
God. The Asian game shows where they electrocute you. Why Kingdom for a Big Mac?
当たって。 お願い。
Oh, that was abysmal.
当たって。
I'm.
Mm.
お願い。
残念でした。
悔しいです。
So Ollie, I have a question for you. Is the ocean soup?
I mean, soup tends to be hot.
Gazpacho?
Exception that proves the rule.
Look, just because look, I get the whole, but it has to be served hot because soup is gross. Cold soup is gross. Look, just because it's gross doesn't take away from the definition. It has all the things in it: fish, vegetables.
I mean, technically, yes, the sea is soup. As in,
I said the soup.
it fills all the criteria that soup usually does, other than the fact that you're not supposed to drink it.
Just because you're not supposed to drink it doesn't take away from it. Like if I poisoned, say, a bowl of soup, that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still soup. It's just poison soup.
Wait a minute. So,
What?
the notice board wasn't... Oh. Oh. Oh, a present to bring Hourier while he's in the hospital. But we gotta give him something, yeah? I'm sure you wouldn't want another fruit basket. Is it with someone's one? How to get into the business officially? Performing recently, and somebody from another agency got him tons of souvenirs. Oh, hold the bus.
Doctor Doom versus Superman. Wants to keep me from peeling away that tin suit. How about I just call Lex Luthor and tell him you're just Clark Kent without the glasses, like that fools anyone? So saith Doom.
Flip phones.
Honestly, I just don't question technology in these things anymore.
Yeah. What
I've just
year
been
was
watching.
this? Was this the year where a flip phone would be as good an assumption as any that's a burner phone for a drug dealer?
Suppose so. Oh yeah, by the way, Pal World has been added to the PS5.
Yes.
Weird.
Castle Records. Total 51 out of 78.
Not bad, not bad.
Ah, right.
Oh, someone's got the dogs upset.
Hoover.
Ah, God, the arch enemy of all furry friends.
Eh.
Yeah. Yeah? Yeah?
It's quite the dilemma, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah, am I the only one who's surprised by the fact that there is a Sailor Moon movie that's on Netflix now that's recent? I'm pretty sure that series ended in the 90s.
It did give me an excuse to tease my friends, though, with the old Archie comics and show Tuxedo Nux. Oh, what's the matter, Vetro? I see. Don't act coy. We onions have a history predating biblical times.
Oh, that's the timer.
Well then. Sorry, for some reason I've been hit by that. Remember that one issue of Viz I showed you where they're going to put Vern in the hair in like the big hair drying chair, and he thinks it's the electric chair,
Yeah.
and it turns out there was a fault and it did kill him.
Oh.
I don't want to go, Ernie, please. Oh come on, it's just going to dry your hair. Don't let him do this to me, Ernie, please.
Chicken dance.
The chicken. Da 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 da.
Okay, time to hear this again.
Okay, I'm a coming, I'm a coming. Yeah. To the street level.
You know where you are with the man on the street.
By the way, Ollie, in the Facebook chat, I've picked that. I put something in I thought you'd find funny.
Right.
Out of my way, you textured fools! Textureless, I should say.
I mean, I may get some flack for saying this. I think 1080p was fine. I don't think we needed to go higher resolution at the cost of 3 times the hard drive space. I mean, if we had like 5 terabyte hard drives, that would be a different matter. But we don't. On that note, why don't we have 5 terabyte hard drives in consoles?
You make a very adulterous point, Ollie.
Cost. The PS5 Pro doesn't have a disc drive and costs $700. Like, you know, that I don't think that's an excuse. They're all yeah. They're already asking ridiculous amounts, and a controller costs 60 quid.
いらっしゃいませ。アポ？
アポは入れてないんだけどさ、社長
I just realised something.
Yeah.
You remember we did that interview with the guy we kept doing the Richard Nixon impressions of?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the exact face model for that guy we met in Yakuza 3? That politician that wanted us to stop Kazuma's brother.
殺されたダイナチア社
Possibly.
長。
お待ちください。
I am not a crook.
I am not a crook. 1 moment, please. Appreciate it.
Shacho, Sky Finance の秋山さんです。どうぞ。
大阪芸能社長の
Like, you know,
そう
です。
a 4 or
We got
5.
スカイファイナンスの
Oh, found a D&D story you'd find funny.
先日の
We got
行われ
banned
た
from the magical
ダイナチア
buffet.
の社長の件だとか。
DM, you're seated at a grand table filled with delicious food that replenishes as soon as you eat them. Can we take the food with us? Yes. I put 18,000 metric tons of toast into my bag of holding. What?
うちとダイナチアさん
You
とは
heard me,
確かに
Richard.
交流がありますが、どういったお話でしょう。
勝也さんは以前俳優をされていたんですね。これはまあインターネットで得た情報の受け売りですけど。
ええ、一時期アメリカに行ってましたね。アクション俳優
Did
を
you
して
do
い
that
たん
with
です
what I
が
assume is
怪
your
我をしました
method?
以来俳優業からは足を洗って今は裏方を。
きっと 相当な演技派だったんでしょうね。
どういう意味でしょう。
芸能関係者独特のいやらしさなんてみじんも感じられない。むしろどこから見ても誠実そうなやり手青年実業家です。いや本物以上にそう見えますよ。
さっきも言ったように私はアクション俳優でしたから、残念ながら演技派じゃない。それより担当直入に本題を言っていただ
I'm
けませ
saying
んか。
he's slow.
先日のパク・ミレイが自殺したという件、俺は他殺じゃないかと思っています。
他殺？失礼ですが、あなたは彼女とどういったご関係で？
彼女にそれなりの額の融資をしてました。
そうでしたか。債権者のお一人だ
And
と。
you're one of her creditors.
まあ確かにパク社長の自殺は彼女の人となりを知る
I
者
must
には
agree,
信じ
anyone
が
who
たい
knew
ことです。
Park San well would never agree she took her own
私も
life.
未だに自殺
Personally,
し
I'm
た
still
という
having
こと
trouble
が
believing
信
it
じられません。
myself.
彼女が他殺だという証拠があります。彼女の衣装は偽造されたものでした。
偽造？
そして偽造屋にその衣装を書かせた謎の依頼人はどうやらあなたとつながっている人物のようです。
なるほど。それでここまで押しかけてこられた。
あんたが彼女を殺させたのか？
Did you have her
な
killed?
ぜ私が？
Why would I?
あんたの事務所
I'm
の
not
大学
hearing
社
a
員が
no.
朝からの因縁がある。
Yeah.
それに現に今も
This isn't Phoenix
プリン
Wright.
セスリーグでしたっ
You
け？
can't just
確かあれでお
go
互いの
until you have
同士が争ってるは
evidence.
ずだ。
My word means nothing.
だから私が殺したと？少し冗談はお控え願いたい。
パクさんの衣装を偽造したということについては？
さあ、わかりませんね。ただ私もこういう仕事ですから、いろいろな人間と関わることがあります。もしかしたらその中にパクさんの死に関わっている人間がいたのかもしれない。ただ私には全く関係ないことだ。
I'm writing you a check to shut up.
どうぞ。これでお引き取りを。
どういうことですか？口止め料？買収？
名目はどう取っていただいても結構です。
認めるということですか？
そうではありません。だが身に覚えのない噂だとしても、人一人の死に関わっているなどと騒がれては商売に支障がありますからね。大阪芸能という組織のトップとして、その噂の火種、買い取れるものなら買い取りたい。そういうことです。
どうも誤解されているようですね。俺はそんなもんのためにここに来たわけじゃない。勝也さん、あんた本当に演技が上手だね。
もしそうなら今でも役者を続けていますよ。
こちらも材料が少なすぎたようだ。あんたを見くびってた俺のミスです。今日はおとなしく引き上げた方が良さそうだ。
This is where you get
疑いは晴れ
attacked.
なかったようですね。でもそちらも
I'm pretty sure that I know that this is the same office that we went into in Yakuza 3.
でもあんたが手強すぎる人間だってことが分かっただけで収穫でしたよ。それじゃもしもし、
秋山さんですね。
あんたは？
パク社長の自殺、スカイファイナンスの事務所に戻っていただけますか？
Oh yes, I'm
こっち
sure
の
you
質問
would.
に答えてないが。
少なくとも私は敵じゃありませんよ。それでは。
次はどこのドイツだ？
おはよう。
Meanwhile,
ほんなら早速レッスン始めよう。
I do sort of see why some people might not have latched onto
い
this
つも
one.
より難易度上げてくで。
Excuse me.
we haven't even gotten to the new character yet.
Sorry?
We haven't even gotten to the new character yet.
Yeah.
この事務所は
He
終
will
わりや
never
ね。
be mentioned again.
あんたも大阪芸能に飼い殺しにされる。
失敗すれば終わりなのはスターたるもの。
Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away.
はい。準備はええか？よかったら始めるで。 お願いします。ほな、始めようか。
Okay. Let's try and get back into rhythm.
ずっと一緒だと指切りしたあ
There we go. Well done.
思い返してる。
Ah.
青く澄んだ空ぽつり浮かぶ雲が
Okay, excuse me. I got a bit of a throat right now. I'm gonna make some tea or something. I'll be right back.
一人ぼっちになれるのはちょっと先かな。そばにはいつも当たり前の君がいたから。私もっと強くなっていかなきゃ。どんな遠回りでもありがとう君に伝えるために。夢をきっと叶えてみせるから。ずっと見守っててほしい。もう泣かないよ君がいるなら。 険しく長い道の果てにゴールがある。私は行くよ夢に見てた次のステージ。たとえどんな辛いことがあってもちゃんと乗り越えられる。それはきっとここに君がいるから。 たとえどんな距離が離れててもきっと寂しくないはずさ。いつでもここに君はいるから。 悪な動きやったわ。うまくいったよね。とうとう仕上がったな、はるか。
ええ、素晴らしい吸収力です。やはりパク社長の命
えば今日秋山さんは？
ああ、山浦。
あ、そんな。
秋山さんは
なんやで。
大阪芸能の
山浦、そんな。
せやね。私ら事務所におるから着替え終わったら降りてきて。
はい。
Oh wait, I need to go to the office.
Haruka 準備。
わかりました。
はるか、今日普通のやり残す。
わかりました。
Oh geez, not like I have a choice. What am I gonna
い
do?
よいよやな。
留守は引き受けました。はるか、初めて会った時言いましたね。ダンスはどう見るが楽しんできなさい。
はい。
よっしゃ。ほな、行こうか。
はい。はるか、中井さんと
Oh
約束
no.
したんだってね。
It's the bad
私たち
guy.
に負けたら大阪芸能に来るんでしょ。どっちにしたってダイナチアは終わってるみたいだけどね。
あんな、悪いんやけどな、後にしてくれへん？こっちもいろいろ準備があるんや。
知らない顔がいるかと思ったら新しいマネージャーさん？そっか、マネージャーさんも確か大怪我したんだっけ。すごいね、はるかちゃん。あんたマジで疫病神なんじゃないの？嘘、なんだか怖い。
ちょっとあんたら、言うてええことと悪いことがあるやろ。
やだ、おばさんムキになって怒っちゃってる。ほんとやだね。ただの冗談なのにさ。やめてください。何を？私たちなんかした？何もしてない。でもそれ以上言うと後であなたたちが辛くなるだけだから。何よ、まさか勝った気でいるの？
行こん、はるか。この子らに何言うても無駄や。
私負けません。社長のためにも絶対負けるわけにいきませんから。いいわよ。その代わりうちに来たらたっぷり可愛がってあげる。今の言葉高くつくからね。
Oh, we shall.
ほんまに、あれが大阪のファンはあの子らのいてどこがええねん。はるか、プリンス
大恥だなんてそんな。でも
せや。
Shame 'em, Haruka. Shame 'em.
ええわ。
Power of femboys, don't fail me now.
そうか。はい、どうぞ。
Ah, I have returned.
はい
Well, power of femboys, don't fail me now.
なあ、この部屋出たらもう後戻
Most
りはできん
valuable
よ。
resource, more valuable than gold it is.
一度きりの本番ですから。
そういうことちゃうの。なんていうかこ
I think I need a new boom
う、
arm
も
for
う
my mic.
普通の
The Hobbit has returned from Isengard.
ええかはるか。よう聞いて。あ
Oh,
ん
he's
た
got
は
a floppy
ここで
mic.
勝とうが
Yes, he
負けようが
does.
もう普通の高校生
Well, it's not supposed to go around this
勝
way.
てばメジャーデビュー
It's supposed to stick out of that
家
end.
に帰っても
I'm saying there's a
人
problem
の
with
注
it.
目の中
But,
生きていかなあかんようになっても
it- the desk clamp is
逆に
there
負けたら
where it
負け
is,
た
you
で
see
恥
it.
さらしや
And
周囲が同情してくれるうちはまだいい
the
けど
picking up side of the mic is this one.
下げすみの目に変わることもある芸能界中世界
So
は
like this is the only way I can finagle it so that it doesn't get in the way of what I'm doing and it still picks me up when I talk.
一瞬しかない
It's great for when it's at my desk because I can just like
夢目指して頑張れるかけどもしあんたのほんまの夢が別にあるんやったらここが最後の選択になるどないするはるかあんたほんまにファイナルラウンドの舞台に立つ勇気あるか
I don't really have a choice, do I?
はいどんな辛いことが待っていたとしても
I've
やらない
kinda
で
gotta
後悔
do
する
it
のだ
this
けは
way.
嫌ですから今はもう
わかったそうと決まればはるか
はい
Do you think you can do it? I can. And I will.
Roman Reigns fists his cock. Between the words, I know cocking his fist like a shotgun.
You gotta do it, you gotta get some more of the pimp slap.
Look, this weekend I've already seen Pimpzilla smack Mecha Pimpzilla. Because the IRS won't pay him his money.
Oh, hold on. Where's the mouse?
Where is
There it is. I forgot to switch player names over.
You have a trophy that I am playing.
Yeah.
それではご紹介しましょう。まずはこちらのアイドルから
You just assured me that I could. No,
完璧なスタイルに
no
一瞬で
wrong.
完成されたダンスパフォーマンス。
Do run, run, run,
一人の
do
美しさ
run.
に見るものすべてが引き込まれる。二人の親和性は偶然、それとも必然か。今世紀唯一無二の究
The
極
greatest
の
duo of their generation. I have questions. What happened to A set?
迷いながら苦しみ
Are we so far far that we have stuck with T?
What happened to sets A through S?
What if originally they were meant to all be like Mr. T? Like they just had certain reconstructions so that only their faces were made to look like Mr. T?
Yeah.
I like to sing clown bits.
どちらのアイドルがより多くの観客を魅了し、フィーバーさせられるんでしょうか。それではファイナルラウンド始めちゃいましょう。
Well, Trigger, I'm afraid it wouldn't pity you. I pity the fool, I pity the fool. I'm already more popular. Yes.
ずっと一緒だと
Oh, they're using their idle heat.
Yeah, but look at the bar.
Yeah. It was not enough to close the gap.
Of course it wasn't.
Oh.
Okay.
Too many jokes about closing the gap. Please pick one from the list below.
Is it time? God, they're using glow sticks, my god.
Sticks out for Haruka, apparently.
Fanboy powers activate. And it's purple, so Murasaki power. Liz is dying, apparently, of laughter. I was just saying, she's all purple, so Murasaki fanboy power.
What if you use idle heat now?
No point, we've already got our idle heat activated. When we switched over to that new outfit...
Yeah, I know, but, like, does it have any effect?
Yeah, apparently it doesn't do jack shit.
So it doesn't have any effect?
No, it just gave me a free one.
So there's no... I was asking if there's no super heat you can activate by being in that outfit and using idle heat.
It just means you get an extra heat that doesn't take up a car. It doesn't, you know, cost anything.
Yeah.
So it basically gives you a free heat. Liz is trying not to laugh in the background. Only cheap viewers need to show your feet. Liberated Spiral deleted their message.
Oh, it was a cheap viewers thing.
Oh. The result. I clearly won this.
I banned them. Cool.
Good. Thank you, Trig. This isn't like that mixed martial arts fight in China where they just kept saying, yeah, they both won, even though it was very clear one had very clearly won. They clearly won. What, this man who's very clearly not hurt is equal to this guy who's got half of his face hanging off? Yeah, it looks like a very close match. Don't you dare try to pull this on me.
Calling our viewers cheap, they're very expensive. They wouldn't do what I wanted for a bag of chips.
If they, I swear to God, Ollie, if they try and say, oh, it was a tie, I will personally dress up like the Colonel. Or like some kind of southern gentleman and go after them with a walking stick saying, I say, good sir.
Screw you, sir. I'm going home.
Just dressed like the Southern Colonel. Ollie, get me a white cowboy hat and a suit. I say, good sir. You think you can win? You can rig this thing just because you are a university? I say, boy. Oh, okay, Ollie, cancel the cowboy hat.
Huh.
I don't have to go JBL on people. Looney Tunes hun, and he's meant to be Southern. That is the joke. I say, good sir, this woman here is as dumb as a drum of dishwater. Yes, you won, Haruka. That is what this all means. I know it's a shock to you, but yeah, you won. Femboy powers helped you, now acknowledge it.
I couldn't have done it without the rower.
Your cowboy hat is your kinky nightstand. Thank you there, Trigger-san.
Yeah, the sex hat. You know, like Logan Paul's weird Toy Story hat. You know, he wears it when he fucks up his career. What I'm suggesting is he should wear it in the wrestling ring. Speaking of, he hasn't been seen for weeks, has he?
Who hasn't?
Logan Paul.
Oh,
he hasn't been seen. He hasn't been seen for weeks.
Yeah,
You think-
it's been a while. Mind you, he defended the US title like 3 times total. So
What I'm saying, Ollie, is do you think it's something to do with all that bullshit that he's been apparently been causing backstage?
I mean, I think it was a long time coming.
Obviously, it was a long time coming, but there were stories, don't know how true they were, that he was basically throwing a tantrum over them telling him, look,
You can't do this shit.
You're in a lot of legal trouble right now, and you're getting in a lot of trouble. You're going to have to lose the US title. And apparently he didn't take to that very well. This wasn't Bret Hart's levels of, I'm not losing to that asshole. Screw him. This was, I don't want to lose my title. I don't want to. Like, apparently it was a full-blown childish tantrum.
Like, this is probably going to get me in hot water with a lot of wrestling fans, but like, I mean, the screw job wasn't the way to go about it. But like,
No, I agree. The issue that everyone forgets about is it wasn't never about losing in Canada. I don't care what Ted DiBiase says. This has been debunked multiple times. It was never about losing the title in Canada. It was about losing to Shawn.
yeah, that's worse though. You get how that's worse, right?
What, the fact that they could have found anybody else, and he's even said he would have lost it to the Brooklyn goddamn Brawler.
No, I don't care how he felt about his opponent. He was refusing to do his job. Like, you know, Vince wasn't a friend asking a favour. That was his boss giving him a job to do.
I mean, I get it, but he also knew that there were problems. Shawn had been kind of a little bit of a prick. Okay, not a little bit of a prick. Shawn had, and by his own admission, gone way too far, way too many times with Bret, to the point they had to keep them separate for a while, because Shawn was legitimately picking fights with him backstage, which resulted in him jumping short Bret from behind while he was trying to take a piss, and losing the fight, and then running off to Vince screaming he was going to sue the company for unsafe work environments for fights he personally started.
None of that changes what Bret Hart's job was.
I agree. He should have been a bit more professional about it. But they should have seen this coming. That okay, maybe the guy who is abusing his position in the company and is threatening us on a constant basis probably shouldn't be given the world title right now, considering he's probably not mentally there. I agree. Bret was a bit unprofessional with it. Okay. Quite a bit, but the screw job was not the right way to go about it. There were millions of ways they could have gone about it, and they just chose the pettiest.
I think that's about as close to acknowledgement from them as you're gonna get.
Yeah. Oh, look, this is Yakuza. You know how it works. We beat them up in some capacity, even if it's
And
like...
then we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends. Look, I mean, look at all those people we beat up to become, the empire. The how is it? The estate moguls. The estate mogul of Kamurocho.
見直したわほんまに
We
So-
made our own little club there and just became the people we took it over from.
Yeah.
Or what about every single time we've opened a hostess club and, I trained you to do it properly. We became friends with all of the top women. Now you must watch wrestling in custard. Also, to say that Vince was doing the whole, oh no, we're done with you, why would it be interested in you? You kept going back to the screw job constantly for like 2 years.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that situation should never have arisen.
It shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. I mean, I did like the sound of things where they're claiming that Brett was actually going through his contract and Vince was helping him look through the loopholes to get him out of certain things. Because Vince knew he could not afford to pay Brett what he promised. Though it is interesting that Martha Hart says that Owen said something completely different to Brett when the thing was over.
Right.
Martha claims that when she was on Dark Side of the Ring, she said Owen was trying to tell Brett to stop getting angry over this. It's just wrestling. It doesn't actually matter. Brett is claiming that Owen was trying to tell him, look, it's okay. You've got the respect of the people in the locker room and everything. It's not like, the whole company's out to get you. I'm gonna go with. I know it's an odd choice to take, but I'm gonna go with Brett's take on this one over Martha. Yeah. Only because Brett's there, and while Brett's memory changes quite a lot, I think that might sadly be down to the stroke and some of the brain damage he's taken from that. So he might remember things a little differently. But he was actually there, Martha wasn't. And we can't really know who said what because, well, Owen's not around to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Though I don't believe they were trying to make Owen a star because if you remember what they've said is that Owen kind of screwed things up pretty badly with Austin and he pretty much guaranteed he was never going to get in the main event ever.
Right.
Because that whole pile driver he did that messed him up,
yeah.
Austin basically told Vince, I never want to work with Owen again. So that pretty much stopped Owen from ever being in the main event. That said, if he had survived, you know what match we could have gotten?
What?
We could have got Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho.
Huh.
We could have got Owen versus Eddie. There's a lot of dream matches, although I am curious to see if he had survived how the Intercontinental title picture would have looked.
Do you think he would have ever faced Kevin Owens?
I think actually, yeah. I actually do think we might have actually gotten a match where, since Brett came out of it, the only issue with Brett wrestling post 2012 was that Brett had a Lloyd's of London insurance thing going on. And he couldn't actually do certain things, which is why all of his matches were very limited. Although, from what I've been told, and from what I've been shown, when it was house shows and it wasn't televised, Brett was a lot more capable than you'd think he was. It's just while he was on television, Brett had to appear very limited. Which is, again, why the Survivor Series thing, he didn't really do much, other than, the atomic drop and hit someone with a chair. And the thing with Vince, do we even call the match with Vince a match?
I guess not.
It was a bit. I do think it's possible that if Owen had survived, he would have either retired after 2001. Like he probably would have retired after 2000, 2001. Probably gotten a few good matches because one of his last matches was against Kurt Angle. And you can't tell me Kurt Angle versus Owen wouldn't be a fun match to watch.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
In fact, Owen was actually his dark match, his first ever dark match. When Kurt first came to WWE, there's actual footage of him wrestling Owen in a dark match just to see how good he was, so Owen could see if he was, up to snuff. This was after Kurt had pretty much said he was going to quit.
No, Triggers, Screwjob does not refer to a wrestling move. It's
yeah, it's a term.
A double cross.
I'm sure that documentary was the first time you'd heard the wrestling term a schmoz.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to be smoking a cigarette in a certain way. And it's not in a cigarette holder, so I don't think you're evil yet. You're keeping it very
He's not
ambiguous.
doing the evil voice.
本当かい？俺には首を突っ込めと言ってるようにしか聞こえん。あんたの目的は何だ？
But yeah, I agree. It was Brett doing. Brett should have done his job.
Yeah.
Though I think after all, Brett was frustrated because if you actually look at the history, they had messed with when it came to Shawn and Brett. Shawn had really fucked with him pretty bad. He faked an injury so he didn't have to lose the title to Brett. He had messed with Brett's family on a personal level that had not been agreed upon. The Sunny Days promo. And was constantly.
I saw the same thing you did, dude.
Yeah. I'm just saying that Shawn was an unprofessional prick as well. There aren't really any good guys in that story.
Yeah, but only one of them was refusing to do the job required of them.
I don't know, Shawn, again, pretended to be injured so he didn't have to do his job.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But...
Shawn refused to do his job, and because they couldn't force him, well, they probably could force him, rather than force him to do his job, he said, oh no, I'm injured, and he wasn't actually injured at all, and everybody knew he wasn't injured. The irony of that being that the next year, he did legitimately injure himself with the very injury he claimed he had.
That's karma for you, I guess.
And even then, Undertaker has confirmed this, he had to threaten Shawn to do his job. Because if the story from The Undertaker is to be believed, Shawn was not willing to let Austin get over. Even though at this point, Shawn could barely walk. And the story goes that Undertaker basically, in no uncertain terms, said, you are going to go out, I'm going to start taping my fists right now. If you do not do what you do not do what you're supposed to do, I am going to make you pregnant with a pain baby. And Shawn was in no position to fight The Undertaker at all. Triple H wasn't in any position to help him, and Chyna certainly wasn't. So, as the story goes, he was taping his fists, and as soon as Shawn lost the belt to Austin, he started undoing the taping. Went, okay, he did his job. So yeah, the moral of the story is nobody in that position was professional at all.
That'll be later finds out a young-looking diva called Lollipop. Oh God, Trigger.
Oh. The thing is, you know why that wouldn't work with WWE at all?
Why?
Vince wouldn't know what a lolly is, and therefore wouldn't think anyone else would. Therefore, he wouldn't pass it.
Oh God, that reminds me of the story about how JR convinced him to hire Gail Kim. Should we even repeat that?
Oh God. Oh God, that one. No, Trigger would act. No, the sad thing is, it's something Trigger would find funny.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna repeat that story, but like, I'm conscious of how much of this stream has been dominated by wrestling discussion.
Okay, but I'm gonna put up the warning ahead though that this is something that actually happened.
Yeah. Okay. So, really good wrestler called Gail Kim. Vince didn't want to hire her because she was Asian, and he didn't think that anyone... Well, he couldn't conceive, he couldn't comprehend that people found Asians attractive. And JR had to show him porn to convince him otherwise.
I mean, this is the man who didn't want to add a burrito into a storyline because he didn't know what a burrito was, even though he was eating one.
Yeah, he was angrily declaring not to know what a burrito was while eating one.
Also, according to Chris Jericho, he picked fights with UFC fighters because he thought because they were less than 6 foot, he could take them.
Oh my!
And tried to drag Jericho into it.
I recently saw Chris Jericho talking about the whole thing he did with Mickey Rourke back.
Oh god, yeah, that thing.
Yeah. That's a long story.
That is a lot. There's a lot with the Mickey Rourke thing.
Yeah. And when Mickey Rourke brought bodyguards, one of which was a UFC fighter, because he didn't understand that everything Jericho said was a work.
Which, considering it's wrestling, you'd be surprised that, and it's been around for as long as it has, people wouldn't get it.
Yeah. And I mean, they did clear it up, but then, like, Rourke had hired these guys to beat him up if things went south, and Vince's reaction was, to the, MMA fighter was, that guy looks like a midget. And he says, what, you, me, Finley, we'd have kicked the crap out of those guys when he found
Speaking of Finley, it's good to see his sons have got work. I mean, his son's the leader of... One of his sons is the leader of Bullet Club right now.
No, Trigger, I do not, and I'm not reading out that comment.
Oh god, Trigger. God, I actually... You know what's depressing? I actually missed this. Oh shit, a junkyard. You know what? It's not the Tojo. It's not the Tojo, but it'll do.
Yeah, that's one thing I yeah, well, I've said this before. I do wish Akiyama got a bigger role in the story after this.
I mean, he does appear, which is, you know, something, but my god, does he not get to do anything for a long-ass time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he's in the background.
I mean, it is established that he does alright for himself eventually, like in Infinite Wealth. Like,
and in Infinite Wealth, they gave him something to do, because even in 6, he doesn't really do much apart from, you know...
He's a summon in Infinite Wealth, basically. Is the character you're currently playing as, for those on who haven't been following what we're talking about.
Defy gravity!
It's not a Tojo, but it will... It's not Tojo, but it'll do when FDR finds out Admiral Yamamoto's plane has been shot down.
Oh shit! It came in like a wrecking ball. Those guys are dead. Those guys are dead.
Yeah, they're dead. If they're lucky.
If they're lucky, yeah. If they're alive, they're in searing pain. Yeah, there is one place I really want to go to if I ever go to Japan.
Yeah.
The Island of Rabbits.
The Island of Rabbits.
Yeah, in Hiroshima, there's a literal ferry you can go on that takes you to an abandoned island that is just full of rabbits, like wild rabbits.
Oh, nice.
Like there's a hotel on there and everything, but you can go over there. You can buy food from the store where you buy your ticket. You get on this little ferry. You go on, and you can just walk around. Holy shit! Construction equipment. Road-a-roller!
Road Roller. Wasn't that island where they filmed Skyfall? I don't know. They keep running out of batteries down. There's always a buzzing in air. The Duracell Rapids.
deal with these guys first. Oh god, is one of you still alive?
Oh, two of them. Kubo. And Kawasaki. This is for writing Bleach.
He's man called Mang. Oh. That's not good. Hey, it's Capoeira Man. Hey, Capoeira Steve.
What happened to you? Oh. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
お前ら仲間だったんじゃないのか。
I ain't ready to.
Ooh.
Zombie. This is how High School of the Dead started. Oh, good lord, that show.
You only remember it for the one thing, and that's using the woman's boobs to, you know, fire.
Oh, I remember more than that about it, but there's a reason that was one of the more notable things.
Yes, it was a very interesting show.
Don't know if interesting is the term I'd use. Like, I think I would have been less embarrassed if someone walked in on me watching straight porn. Like, on balance, I think that would be less embarrassing.
I will agree that High School of the Dead's problem wasn't over the top focus on the fan service. Then, you know, everything else that was going on. In fact, you know what? The whole zombie thing, you know, seemed very superfluous compared to everything else.
芸の世界というのは数字で結果が出る世界じゃない。何をもって仕事とするか明確にするのが難しい世界だ。パクにも同じこと言われたわ。その恨みでパク社長を殺したってのか。堀江ちゃんにまで手をかけて。いや、そうやない。
Lash him to the wheel.
Lash them to the wheel.
実は俺はこの大阪工業系のヤメ金に多額の借金があってな。バクに契約を解除されて金がないから返済を待ってくれって言ったら逆に仕事を頼まれたんや。あるものをパクから奪ってきたら借金をチャラにしてくれるって。あるもの
There should be a Star Wars game show called The Wheel of Fortuna. Bib Fortuna.
そりゃどういうことだ。連中はパクの元旦那ってのを探し出そうとしてるらしい。
Oh, this ex of hers, huh? Oh, share play ends in 5 minutes.
その手紙を探した。金井っていう。あんたともやりようた。ヤクザと一緒に。ああ。
Fans decided to wait until Park came back from the Asians.
Oh, there's actually Scott Pilgrim be like.
戻ってきたパクを捕まえて手紙のありかを聞き出そうとしたんや。 でもあいつは口を割らずに逃げ出そうとした。ここで逃げられたら俺は終わりや。
Straight in this instance meaning actual,
銃で追っかけて
rather than in all but name, which is basically what High School of the Dead was.
God, high school. Yeah.
Well, not in all but name, it didn't quite go that far, but you know, it went right up to that line.
The thing is, it kind of fell into obscurity soon anyway. Like shortly after that, anime just became all mainstream, and there was just loads of other things around.
Yeah. It's like, it was one of those shows you could point to with other anime fans and say, this is why they think we're weird.
No, Bible Black is why they think we're weird.
That's actual porn, though. That's hardly the same cat.
That, yes, it's satanic porn, quite literally.
Yes, I was once a teenager with an internet connection in LimeWire.
Yeah. God, like, I see that symbol so often these days, just for people going, hey, remember giving your computer the equivalent of AIDS just so you could get one piece of music without paying for it? Not really, I never had a computer back then, but go on.
Yes, you did. You had a laptop.
Didn't connect to the internet, though.
Yes, this is true.
今から騒ぎが起こる。逃げたきゃその隙を見て勝手に逃げりゃいい。
That line I barely see that.
何する気や。もともとは金井に会いに来たんだが、お前と話して奴を殴らなきゃいけなくなったんでね。やめとけ。あた少しくらい腕が立つからって。金井はあいつは化け物や。早くこっから出た方がええ。
And we both just betrayed live on stream that we knew what Bible Black is.
Who our age who's watched anime doesn't. It's one of those things. People remember it, but no one's proud of knowing about it. It's one of those, yeah, we saw it. It's not something we enjoyed, it just, we know it exists. We either knew it existed, or, you know, it was at that time where people were like, ooh, look at this. This is risque. Because we weren't...
That's
a lot of people,
a word you could use. I would have assumed... I'm actually surprised you don't know.
Look, it was at that time when anime was not that big in the West, or not to the degree, unless you knew, you know, you'd watch Toonami, you know, you didn't know anything other than the big ones. So, seeing something like that, but also, you know, oh, this thing is entirely dedicated to porn, basically. Of course it was going to resonate with teenagers.
Oh, I'm gonna...
I know.
Grab the controller.
Well, I'm pausing right now. I'm doing the skills. I'm doing my skills.
Oh, sorry. I'm actually more surprised that Trigger doesn't know what it is.
Wait, Trigger's never seen Bible Black.
He said, gonna look that up now, lol.
Oh, God. Yeah, when you hear the whole, oh, Githpone is satanic. They're not joking, it really is.
Yeah, no, that is literally the theme.
You know there was a visual novel based on it?
No, the anime was, I think, based on the visual novel.
Well, one way or another, there was a visual novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will put it on my watch.
And, like...
Oh, the worst part is there's a prequel. There is a prequel one. It's... I'll be honest with you, Trigger, it's very tame by your standards. Gotta remember, this was like early 2000s stuff, but if I remember back then, DVDs weren't really a big thing back then, especially not anime DVDs.
I always found it funny though, like, who finances these dubs?
Yeah, that is actually a good question. I mean, it was
and how do you, like...
Is it the era of fan subbing? Yeah, when that was basically the only way to watch certain things.
Yeah.
We got from the fan subs, and we ended up with some interesting things, and possibly that really fucking weird Fist of the North Star thing that's never going to go away because it's hilarious.
I still have that.
I know you do, because I went out of my way to find it because we couldn't. We liked. If memory serves, we liked Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any of the anime of it. And
Yeah.
we just wanted to have a physical copy, so I was going through eBay. I'd just gotten eBay because I've been using your mom's account to buy stuff, like I'm paying her when I wanted stuff from eBay. Heal, Ollie, heal.
Oh.
Remember, you can press square to like do a round kick when you're on the floor.
Yeah.
You just kick. So I remember picking it up because it was the closest thing, but it's one of those ones where, hey, it's very clear this is bootleg. Because it seems to have been translated from Japanese to Chinese to English. So certain words were messed up. I think I'm not going to repeat it on stream for obvious reasons, but their word for take was very...
Well, it sounded a little bit like take. But the implication is, please don't essay our water.
Yes, and then other things were like, Boxer King.
Instead of Ken-O, which means King of Fists.
Or of course, the Teeth Clan. Well, the Teeth. Which was meant to be the Fang.
Yeah.
Uchida.
R2, do you is fucking... Game time started.
Yeah, it was a very weird time. And of course, all the episodes of Inuyasha that were around.
Well, no, I was just, finding what episodes of that I could, because I heard it was good. And for a while it was, and then it just got to every bloody week.
I remember the for a while being, it's Dragon Ball Z for girls.
I liked the soundtrack. I remember the soundtrack being good. I remember very little of the actual show.
Yeah, soundtrack was good. The problem was they didn't really seem to know what they wanted to do, where they wanted to go with it, so it was the same thing every week, but not even in that whole Sentai way. Where it's, okay, we're going to be doing this next week. It's, oh no, we've collected enough of the shards now to rebuild that jewel 5 times. Because that was the thing. Oh, we've got to collect all the pieces of the
Well, I mean, apparently a lot of that was filler.
Of course it was filler, because keep in mind, if I remember correctly, they got like 2 or 3 jewels back, well, parts of the shards, and they reformed in one of the demon's bodies.
That was 10 or 11.
Yeah, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's like a quarter of the way done now. Then suddenly every week it's, oh, Naraku has just created got a new thing he's infused with one of the jewel shards. And they go through this every week, but then they had to come up with a new excuse for why Mirako can't use the hole in his hand, the void in his hands to suck up, whatever's in front of him. Always got the fucking wasps. They'll kill it, and they go, oh no, it wasn't Naraku, it was another one of his dummies. Then they brought Kikyo back for reasons... It just got really confusing. And then they finally ended it and made a sequel series. Filler, are we still talking about Bible? Oh, for God's sake.
Alright, let's beat some people up.
Who holds back the electric car? Who finds on the hunter? We do.
I love it when Ollie reads, smiles, and is like, nope.
Yeah, Ollie panic, nervous laugh is quite fun. Honestly, it's fun when it's one of those, I shouldn't know what this is, and yet here I am learning about it despite my reluctance to do so.
Well, in the case of this one, I already knew what the thing we were talking about was.
I know, but I'm saying, like, remember when we talked about that particular game you wanted to give to someone, and then I'm having to fill in blanks and explain. Unfortunately, Ollie, yes, this is a thing.
Yeah, he had to explain certain things to me.
This very bizarre thing that you could arguably call a trope is, yes, something that they do, or something some of them do, or believe.
This game was astonishingly well written, though.
Yeah, that was the terrifying part, is how well it was written.
Like, that's what, like, it started out as a gag gift, then I read the reviews, and you, well, you were there, I was like, these can't all be shitposts.
Well, yeah, I was there, wasn't you? Because you were like, there's too many of this. This can't all be jokes or, people just having a laugh. I'm genuinely curious now. And what we got was something that actually did hit our wrestling fandom thing, and was actually very well written.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't get the appeal of that particular niche of material, but the writing was good.
As Rufus Shinra once said, to each their own! I am not one to judge! To each their own! Yeah, he smiles like it's funny, and he's like, nope. It's when he starts doing it, and he's just struggling on what to say. Like, how do I react? I've got to think of a way to react to this, or not at all, and I'm not sure what's the right choice. Then after it's all done, it's, why do you do this to me, Trigger? Why do you do this? What did I do wrong? Honestly, it's like Butters and Cartman.
There's Haruka's tied up. Okay, so when...
It's very much like that whole thing where all Butters needs to do to shut Cartman up is just say thank you, and he won't, because there's no reason to thank him at all, and it just gets progressively worse and worse.
Yeah. And she goes, you have literally gagged her. And she's like, okay, how long is this gonna take? Because once my Uncle Kaz gets here...
Holy shit, he's being beaten up by someone smaller than him.
You can see him read it inside his finger, no. Well, I smile a lot when I'm on camera because, you gotta present yourself amicably. But there are definitely times where what you just said is an accurate description of what is happening.
Always a very accurate depiction of that Ronald McDonald meme of his eyes rolling back in his skull and going, the fuck am I reading? I don't like the looks of those yobs by the street.
Oh, player label.
Yeah.
Wrong one. There we are. Yob. If it was set if a Yakuza game was set in Britain, yeah.
A god of Coke was kicked on the street by a gang of yob.
Yeah.
Is that it? If only it was so.
You'd have thought that the clothes that Chavs wear would have gone out of fashion, but they still dress the same as 20 years ago. I don't really see them around.
You don't see him around, and also they can't buy that cheap cider anymore because they just don't produce it in those bottles anymore. I mean, there were some that were a problem in my area, but they kind of disappeared shortly after they. I believe there's a biker gang around that area, and they kind of did their usual business to one of the bikers' moms.
As much as I can't get away from wrestling talk, but as much as I love Will Ospreay, if you've ever heard him cut a promo, he sounds like such a chaff.
I know.
Would you like? Not in my chat, please, Trigger, or at any other point. I don't need to do that.
You see how quick he's like, no, Trigger, no.
That's the answer. Yeah. If you don't mind losing your Twitch channel over it.
There needs to be a streaming service for games games that are rated over 18. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work in the long run, but hey ho.
What are the actual terms on Kick? Are you allowed to do that there? Because I don't know that you're not.
I don't know anyone who uses Kick.
Yeah.
Apart from you.
I mean, I have an account. I haven't used it in a while. Even now that I can, because I've got like several free channels on Restream. Hold your fire. This is that's probably my favorite dub line in Dragon Ball Super.
I did see Babelback be referenced as a joke in the Overlord Abridged series.
Right.
I'm sorry, you should be. Well, not you so much, your creator should be. Alls with the Boko no Pico and the Bible Black.
The former of those I know only by name and somewhat by reputation.
Yes, I know. I've been told very, very, very clearly. Do not
I
fall
do
for
not
the
wish
joke.
to know more.
Good. I don't wish to either, because all I know from a friend is, when Boku no Hero Academia was trending for a while.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I know, but because it started with the Boko no, people then used this to trick people into watching it. And it was very simply, do not, you will regret it. I swear to all of my God, to whatever God I believe in, you don't want this in your search history. You can stream if you blur.
How does that work live, though? Like, I mean, you could put the blurs on in post if you were making a Let's Play.
Again, as someone who again, does not. We've spoke too much about wrestling. Considering that Vince wanted to put a big blue dot over Christian's face live, I'm pretty sure there are ways.
Yeah.
信じていただけないかもしれませんが、私もその事実を知ったのはつい先ほどなんです。ですが、我々の目的
Please
は
know that I'm telling the line was our singular objective and all. You probably won't believe it. Yeah, because I know you're bullshitting me.
何者なんだその男は。
I hate how much plot is in this stream, because the stream discussion is basically...
真島五郎です。
なんだと
But he just used a name. They don't. Majima reportedly passed away, but I'm sure he's very much still.
Underdog Play says Mafia 2, Mafia harder. Hey, Underdog Plays, how you doing?
Wait a minute. Majima is alive?
我々はその中身を知りたい。
手紙なんか知らない。
I haven't set a timer, but streams go for 4 hours, and this is the final one. So
this will end probably around the time I have to leave anyway.
自分のすべてを託した。私はそう見ています。あんたは一体。
あんたは一体。
彼女は彼女の正義を守り、
But he just used a name. They don't. Majima reportedly passed away, but I'm sure he's very much still.
彼女は彼女の正義を守り、
So.
彼女は彼女の正義を守り、
あんたは一体
Mafia 3, Mafia rebooted again. Mafia with a vengeance.
I liked the second Mafia game.
Yeah, Mafia 2 was fun. I played Mafia 1 and it was a good game, but the gameplay was really clunky.
It is, although it is good when you see. I did like the fact that, because I played the second one first, that there is like one throwaway mission that connects it to the first one.
Yeah.
Like, just that
Yakuza 5 Lost in New York.
Yakuza International. I mean,
we've been going through the entire series since 0 in timeline order. We've reached 5. We've been doing this for a while at this point.
Yeah, and this is just after they announce. You know,
they announced that they're making a game specifically for me, like they did with Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
Yeah, he's not letting this one die.
They must have seen this stream and thought, I like this guy, let's make a game exactly for him, and no one else.
Considering it's Sega, I don't believe that.
Yakuza 6, Man of Mystery. Like, you know, Yakuza, but Majima and its pirates. You know, you couldn't have tailored this more to me if you tried. You like pirates, don't you? You could say that, yes. My original D&D character is a pirate. I quite like One Piece.
Yeah, I put a picture in your chat of that I thought would be appropriate for your One Piece fixation.
Why would you do that? You did this to us. Game exists. Ollie, is that for me?
Yeah, you come across as Ollie having a grand sense of self-importance.
That is, of course, a joke.
I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke, Ollie. That's why I refrain from saying, Ollie, please pull your cock out of your mouth.
No. And at that time, I'm eating chicken. That is the joke.
Well, the following number after you get this message.
They're gonna make one about cocks. I'm down. Trigger says Bible Black versus Black Butler. I haven't seen. I can only imagine that those are two very different things.
They are very different things. Again, I still want to show you Overlords just because I think you'd find a few character ideas fun.
Yeah.
I do love the idea of the monk going, well, the guy with the monk skills being like, unfortunately, I don't have any lock-picking skills. Oh, well, he just, like, sticks his fingers right through the edge of the door and just pulls it off the door or hinges and just goes, excuse me, sir, I'd like to see your manager. I have some complaints.
I wonder what kind of battle system Yakuza Pirates in Hawaii is going to have.
It looks to me like it's gonna have the similar system, though it might change depending on where. It looks like Majima will have styles, but it looks like, you know how Majima only has like 3 styles, but Kiryu usually has like 4.
Yeah. So it's going to be a brawler, is what you're telling me.
I'm thinking there's going to be like a 4th style that's going to be like the stuff that uses swords and stuff, since they're going with that whole thing.
Okay, fair enough, but my question was, is it going to be turn-based or not, is what I'm wondering.
No, it doesn't look like it. It's going to be back to the usual Yakuza formula.
Ah, very good. I'm glad they're still making games in that way.
Unless they change it, put it as a plot point, I don't think Majima has brain cancer. So I don't think he's going to see things that way. I just think he's crazy as it is. Plus, I'm pretty sure in this timeline, by this point, you've got Akiyama with all the money. So I'm convinced he's going, okay, I've got no choice but to buy cancer and subjugate it to my will.
No, but I like the new turn-based ones.
I know you do. I know you
but
like it.
I also, like, a big draw of the series in the first place was the combat, so I'm glad that's still around.
I think that the turn-based stuff is going to be strictly for Kasuga.
Yeah, I mean, because
it's his thing. Kiryu and the others are more brawlers, that's just their whole thing.
Trigger Deep Dive Survival playing next time on Twitch. Hey, if you want to do that on Twitch,
Oh yeah, I'll join you for that. Just to go. Well, I was there for this. God, we've sent Trigger on a rabbit hole, and the worst part is, he's not going to go in this worse for wear. He's going to come out of it and going to be like, what? It's going to be like him going down a dark cavernous hole, and then when he comes out, we're like, what was it like? It's kind of boring, actually. And so often
they're going to make a 2D Yakuza and call it Street Fighter. There is a 2D, there's a mod, well, it's called Streets of Kamurocho on Steam, and it's Streets of Rage with Yakuza characters. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, they literally do go over, it's literally just a reskinned version. Even the same level format.
I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but I accept it. He doesn't like it, but he'll have to go along with it.
God damn it, Ollie, you've lost the news!
You've lost the news!
Okay, you're awake now. Yay. There's a distinct lack of Kiryu.
Okay, if they make a base building survival game with micromanagement, it's over for me.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a bit... Like, they'd maybe do that as like a side game, because they do have a tendency to make...
Infinite Wealth has an Animal Crossing and a Pokemon side game in it.
Oh god, well, Animal Crossing, but you're a lot more involved.
Yeah.
Like, Animal Crossing is literally just do whatever the fuck you want, no one's going to stop you, there is no goals, there's no long-term thing, it's just have fun on your island and chill out. It's basically a fucking therapy session as a game. Not that that's a bad thing.
Call it Yakuza crap.
I'd have Marjima played by Jack Black. Fuck that! Look at that, Jack Black play me.
I do wish they'd got Mark Hamill back to voice him in the dubs.
I do too. Marjima's gone off the grid. Okay, so we've established already that Marjima is alive.
Underdog Play says, no, Majima is Jason Momoa.
I still think if they ever did a crossover with anything, or like they had a whole crossover fight thing, because obviously people for some reason really want Kiryu in Tekken.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia. Just imagine this. Hear me out on this. Toga versus Majima. Batshit knife wielding fucking maniacs.
Yeah.
With
and
crazy
Selena Gomez. In Tron.
The best part is you could steal some of Marjima's blood and turn into him, and he'd fucking love it.
Yeah.
He'd be like, she'd turn into him, and he'd be like, "Fucking hey!"
Does Liam Neeson play Kiryu?
Oh god. I know. We didn't know what we need is we need Death Note mixed with Police Squad. So what we need is right at the end of the movie.
Underdog Plays is now following. Thank you for the follow, Underdog Plays. Join us same time every week for Mafia Monday. We also do Final Fantasy Run every Tuesday called Tombury Tuesday. Hitman for Assassin Sunday. And Solo Saturday when I'm going through Devil May Cry. I just finished the first one. It was
And now Ollie's on to the second one. My god help him.
I hope the gameplay's at least a little less clunky. But they escaped from the castle in the castle biplane despite there being no runway to take off from. And the castle biplane, which is on the second floor of a castle...
hear me out here. Right at the end of Death Note, Liam Neeson gets hold of the Death Note and goes, "So, Kira, this is your so-called Death Note."
Do you mean Leslie Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen, yeah. And he just picks it up and goes, then I'll just let me just put your name in this book so I know who it belongs to. And he writes in, but he likes like Yakumi's name in. And then he just walks off nonchalantly to go put it in evidence, and right behind him you see Light Yagami try to run after him and have a heart attack and start dying, and he's just turned around and reacts to it while he's talking, going, "Hey Ed, can you
But,
put this in?
like,
Could you put this?"
The castle biplane falls down to the basement, and it still has potent fuel and loaded guns that he can blast walls away with to get out. Despite...
I'd like to point out, by the way, that castle's been abandoned for years, and has only recently started getting Mundus's monsters in there. Also, the Neo Angelo stuff kind of doesn't feel right, especially when you know who it is. Because it's Virgil. They just don't, and they don't expand on it. In fact, you won't see anything of that until the secret ending of Devil May Cry 3, when it actually shows Virgil confronting what is assumed to be Mundus. Funny enough, there was actually a novel that was released for Devil May Cry 2 that's set just before this, before the second one, where he goes to an alternative universe where Mundus is dead and he has to fight. He has to team up with the villains of that universe's versions of the villains who are now good guys to deal with Trish, who's the main villain. Also, Devil May Cry 4, you might have to do 2 runs of as well, just because one's a Virgil run and one's the main run. Because what they annoyingly do with Devil May Cry 3 and 4 is they give you the option to play as Virgil, but he only gets 2 unique cutscenes per game.
Yeah.
Because Virgil in Devil May Cry 4 exists for one reason: to once again feed the whole Virgil is Nero's dad.
Right. Okay.
Without even going with stuff, either Unit 1. Yeah, they belong to my father and his father and my grandfather's father, and actually not him. The plane wasn't invented at that time.
The castle biplane. And this was when they were trying to be serious, you say?
Well, Devil May Cry 1 was when they're trying to be serious. In 2, honestly, they were more interested. 2 is very hard to follow, and it doesn't really add. There's no actual story. Dante is just going along because it's a whole. Dante's story in Devil May Cry 2 can be summed up with, there's this guy summoning a demon, and my dad fought that demon once, so I'm just around, and I'm doing this I'm only here based on coin flip results. Oh yeah, that's his only thing he does in the game, is he flips a coin every so often, and if it lands on a certain thing, he'll do the job for free. And then it turns out he had a double-sided coin, so, And Lucia's whole thing is that she's an artificially created demon. She just doesn't know it until the end. Dante gets stuck in hell.
Okay, did I ask for you to spoil the entire plot of a game I've still got to play for me?
Wait, you thought that was a plot? Didn't you know that Devil May Cry 2 is more about the licensing deal they had than the actual story? For a pair of genes that don't actually exist in the UK at all? Because that's all Devil May Cry 2 is. It's an advertisement for Diesel jeans.
Damn you, Kevin Nash.
Okay, was not expecting that one.
What?
I wasn't expecting a Kevin Nash joke.
Well, Diesel.
Yeah, I get it. It's like, oh wow, I didn't think of that one. I just remember the game having 2 discs, it being really annoying and stiff in places, kind of boring, and the plot meaning next to nothing. 3 is going to be where it's fun, because that's when we get the whole, okay, Dante is too camp. I think you've heard the phrase before, in Devil May Cry 1, Dante is so camp and ridiculous
And
that
they didn't realize it's happening either way.
That doesn't sound friendly at all. What about the T virus?
まだコンサート諦めてなかったんか。ガキのくせにどこまで強欲やね。
Kick him in the nuts.
Ollie, I think you're gonna get to do a lot of kicking. This reeks of boss fight. You can smell the boss fight.
これやな。間違いなさそうや。
Is that Jaws? No, it's not Jaws. Although he is built like him. He's Japanese Jaws. JJ, if you will.
Ah, stairs.
ああ、もう走るとしんどいね。もうタバコやめるか。またお前か。一体何やねん。お前に
Because plot convenience.
関係ならあるさ。ああ？俺にはパクさんから引き継いだ夢があるんだね。夢やと？はるかちゃんが日本ドームでコンサートすることはパク社長にとっての夢だった。
I take it you're gonna do Devil May. Are you gonna do DMC or
Yeah.
are you just gonna go Devil May? Oh god, you're gonna do that one. Oh god. Cringe.
Okay, speaking as someone who has no nostalgic attachment to Devil May Cry or any of the characters involved, the first one wasn't very good.
I agree. The first one doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
You're gonna get no argument from me.
Yeah, are you doing it? So you're doing a DMC run? Yes. Yes, I am. Running DMC, as it were.
So you're doing the bad one as well. You're doing the bad ones as well.
I mean, I just did one of the bad ones.
I suppose. Since you're doing the,
I mean, to be honest, if I hadn't already committed to doing the whole series, I probably wouldn't have gone on after that one.
I mean, again, 3 is probably the best one. 5's good.
Yeah, I heard 5 was really good. It got me, which got me sort of curious.
Yeah, 5's good. Very return to form. And much like, oh shit!
Oh, trigger's crimping.
Oh shit, he chopped you to shit!
I wasn't looking at my health. That's on me. Yeah.
Super spicy
Carrot
carrot
and coriander, chili chowder, crouton, crunchy friend in a liquid broth.
I am gazpacho. I am salsa.
Miso, fighting in the dojo. Miso, Oriental prince in a land of soup.
Great times.
Crazy days.
Damn! He's kicking you up the ass, Ollie.
I know you do.
Don't you?
Well,
take
I
that
don't
shit.
exactly make that hard, do I? I'm.
Holy shit!
I'm a
That
very. Yep.
Damn, you just decimated them.
Yep. I'm a very what you see is what you get kind of person. I don't make it hard.
Very clearly. I don't get hard to this.
Ow, motherfucker!
Yeah, it does just come out of nowhere, doesn't it? Oh shit! Season 5 of Overlord's been confirmed. Neat. Oh shit! Ah, good, you've remembered. Oh god, you're using it on him. God. Okay.
Slim for the Winsler.
I heal. Percy, we're coming to take your Pringles. of man.
Oh shit, more of them are getting off the train.
Slime for the win.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I love that Tom got reincarnated as a slime. Liz loves it too, but, you know, that goes without saying.
Does it?
Yeah, Liz is very vocal about how much she actually likes that Tom got reincarnated as a slime. The show that kind of helped influence Hans's village. She loves
So
the slime.
obviously there was something of a spin on it.
Oh yeah, it was because the idea in that Tom got reincarnated as a slime is that it starts off as like a really small goblin village that has like wolves in it as well, but then more races start turning up, but they appear in like the background. Then all of a sudden, its idea of what ogres and orcs are is interesting to say the least. I mean, obviously we know that Oni are technically Japanese ogres.
Yeah.
I never once referred to them as Oni, even though they very clearly are.
Oh, I thought those spectators were mooks.
Yeah, wow, you see, they're so untextured that they blend in. Oh,
Fuck.
shit! Ow! They kicked him in his bad back.
How dare you? You got no more flunkies. It's just you and me now.
So, it's just me and thee, Sonny Jim.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
Shit!
oh, that was almost very bad.
It was at this moment he knew he had almost fucked up. There's one left!
I think I probably would have had a sliver of health left if I'd taken that without healing.
Okay, what? Okay, now it's just him.
It's just me and thee now, Sonny Jin.
Easy! Goblina. Oh, yes, because Rimuru runs out of goblin names and he keeps calling them some kind of play off of Gob something. Gobta, Gobchi, Goblina. Although Goblina is technically a race in that Tom got reincarnated as a slime because female goblins are counted as a completely different species. Also, their evolutionary lines are questionable. Like, there's a lot of deviations. Though I do like that Gobta got immune to poison by eating Shion's cooking. Veldora Street Fighter and Dragon Ball Z. Oh god, yeah, when he starts... Because he's got memories of anime and manga from his world, Veldora got to experience most of his memories, so he's got memories of it also when he fights with Milim. He's doing Hadokens and Hadokens. Complete with the shouts. Oh, and he also does that spin kick thing that Ryu does.
Yeah.
They're just standing there, he's even using the Hadoken strategy during the fight. Hadoken! Hadoken! Hadoken!
Chinese soup spoon!
But yeah, Veldora uses the Kamehameha because it turns out Dragon Ball Z exists in that universe.
夢ってのは叶えなきゃならないもんなんだよ。
はい。
それに大阪にいてもまた近江連合に襲われ続けるだけだ。それよりは
Yeah, he does that too. Again, in a fight to the death with his niece.
私、コンサートの前の日、待ち合わせ場所に行って社長の代わりに旦那さんに会うって。でもこうなった今は社長が亡くなったこと、辛いけど伝えなきゃいけないし。
そうか。
Also, if season 3 is to be believed, the new season's to be believed, the village has now implemented laws involving polygamy.
タクシーで東京に行こう。
はい。
Also, with the best way to get out of your marriage and
Why
marry
would you
someone
need
else.
laws about folding paper? I'm sorry. I upset
know.
myself with that one.
It's okay. No, there's a literal thing where
That's
one of the
origami.
Well, one of the guys refuses to evolve and get stronger because apparently if he does, he'll be considered a demon lord, or technically on the level of a demon lord, but it also means he'll become sterile. Don't know why that's a thing. And because he's the leader of the ogres, he's got to have an heir, so they have to come up with laws because too many people want to marry him, but one of them is already married. So the way they work around it is, okay, you're married to this guy, right? Fight him to the death in this arena, and if you win, your marriage is annulled because it's till death do us part. So he fights him, kills him, and then resurrects him, and therefore like the marriage is annulled. Because technically he's alive, but you know, I guess you'd say it's a messy divorce. But at the same time, snake wife. We ought to call you Hadouken because you're downright fierce. Oh God, he's got that look on his face. Have a cigarette. Cigarettes. Ollie, why does this look ominous? So, you got kicked in the face by Akiyama multiple times, did you? Yes. No
He's
problem.
either going to pull out a gun or a bat. Either way, that head's... Oh.
What if he drops the cigarette out of his mouth onto your hand? Well, your arm.
Fans don't care what's on the inside, all they want is a pretty face. So
It's what counts. Okay, why is he not fighting back? Is he just accepting his own death?
If
your face can't back it up.
He's not. Break that tree. So yeah, they basically build a village and it starts off again really small, but it becomes a really big functional village with different races in fact, one of the big plots in the later series is that they're being attacked because they have so many different monsters in the village. And these are monsters that usually they just live like wild animals in the forest. They're not meant to actually have functional societies. You know, similar to the fact, you know, like the whole thing with Rose being like, she's a succubus. She's meant to be out doing succubus things, but she's running a bakery.
What good is a Yakuza who can't even intimidate a little girl?
Oh, God! Oh, in the eye! You have to get our hands on that letter. We'll follow them to Tokyo. Yes, sir.
He's like half your size, you could probably take him.
Funny, I didn't expect that. He's a grower, not a shower. The bitch literally uses chops.
On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. I don't actually know the words after that point.
Majima sent a message.
Wait, hold on. Have I missed something? Majima?
Yeah, they mentioned earlier, I did mention it, they said that Majima's alive?
Yeah, no. I got that bit, but it's like Majima sent a letter. Was that letter from Majima?
Yeah, that letter to Park was from Majima.
Was Majima her ex?
Yes, that has kind of been established by now.
I must have missed that detail.
Or, well, it's either that or they haven't explained it yet, but it's kind of clear.
Yeah, the implication is clear.
Oh, now we get the new character. All yours, buddy.
Oh, how much time we got left on the stream?
Maybe 5 minutes. I've got to go in a minute.
Well, let's just leave it here then.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, God. That means next week I have to deal with this. Oh, Billy.
Well, we hope you've been... My mic's peaking. Has my audio sounded alright?
Seems okay.
Yeah, hold on, let's... I mean, not that it matters now, it's the end of the stream.
He's stuck up.
Yeah. But, yeah, we hope you've enjoyed this week's Mafia Monday. Join us next week, where we'll introduce this new character that Mora doesn't seem to like all that much.
More the gameplay wise and how he fits into the story, really.
Yeah. And if you miss us before then, join us tomorrow at the same time slot of 10 AM GMT for Tonbury Tuesday, where we'll be playing Final Fantasy V. And then later that night, we'll be over on twitch.tv/eclectichawk, maybe, for the return of Goblins vs. Strahd. Curse of Strahd with an all-goblin party. And then later that week, my friend Dan Murgy will be joining me for Assassin Sunday, where we'll be playing Hitman World of Assassination. For that, it'll be Solo Saturday, while I'll be starting Devil May Cry 2. Alright, I think that's everything.
All you, buddy.
Yeah. See you next time.